So let's begin once again, and I hope you all are ready to begin the pain point journey. Let's start all over again, just a couple of minutes rehash once again. The first slide will say it all. We started with the pain points journey in the month of June when we put up the survey. And of course, we started answering them, starting answering the practice pain points from July 3rd onwards, Guru Purnima Day, when we answered the practice pain points. And of course, the financial pain point journey started from mini day of education, 12th of August. So allow me to share my screen first. Apologies for that. Can say बाद में बहुत pending पड़ते हैं because YouTube पे ही जाएगा ना. So the slide says it all. It is actually a marker that you are now leaving all the pain journey behind and you will be doing it. So this is the grand finale episode number 11 of the financial pain point journey. And we are here to begin. Of course, all my presentations always begin with thanking the Lord Almighty who's given me much more than what I deserve. And big thanks is due to my dad as well, who has been instrumental in teaching me the clinical part of finance, management, time management, you can say legal aspects and whatnot. So this is my brief CV. All are aware of it by now. So let's not stop here. So this is my online webinar number 275. Season greeting to all of you. And of course, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Let's finish what we started. That has been the aim of this session. So wannabe's for today are, I suggest you to quickly get a pen and a paper. Keep noting down the main points because listening will never help. Jotting down the main points will surely do. And writing is the best form of learning. And I believe those who make notes will surely make notes. So you'll need to post your takeaways for those who didn't attend. So what are the learning objectives for today? The learning objectives are very simple, just to finish all the pain points. And of course, as I did a recap, I have been doing a recap in every part, but in this series, I did a recap only in the 7th part. And today I'll be doing a quick recap in part 11 as well. The objective is only to make sure that what all has been answered so that people know wherever the query was, whatever they posted, has that been done or not. So what we have done is me and my staff have copied and pasted the pain points as they have been received. So there will be a few grammatical errors. There may be a few spelling errors, but we have tried to keep the, you can say, the query intact without changing anything. And of course, the only aim was to not disclose the identity, and we have respected the, can say, purpose behind it. So we have been doing this 267, 69, 71, 73, and today 275 in this particular series, which we started in the evening in this week. And this will be the culmination. So if you are watching it on a phone, please shift to PC, tablet, or laptop for a better viewing experience. Do make notes. Writing will be the best form of learning. And for the next max 2.5 hours, remove the distractions around you and learn from others' problems before yours get answered. So finance series जो है practice pain points से वैसे भी थोड़ा सा आगे चल रही है in terms of the questions answered. So we'll finish it fast. Morning we started from 148. Today we'll start from 163. So we are already, you can say, 15 questions ahead. 15 questions roughly means 45 to 60 minutes. So if we took around more time in the morning, so we'll be finishing in 2.5 hours today max. That will be then. Of course, the recap is going to take 15 minutes or so. So let's go ahead and what we have taken up in the past. The session started, finance session started on 12th of August. As I said, practice pain points started on 3rd of July on Guru Purnima Day, but these were 3 sessions taken up on the mini day of education, and then 3 sessions on 4, 5, 6 on the Children's Day. 3 days after Diwali they were taken up. So then, of course, we started with this series from FPMP series. All these brochures that you see have been wonderfully designed by Dr. Raghu Ganesh who's the admin of our finance community as well. So thanks, Raghu, for all this initiative. And of course, whatever we have done so far is this, still episode number 10. So now let's do a quick recap of all the 10 episodes, what all questions have been answered, so that people know if their question has been answered. They posted a pain point there and they did not even bother to check it out whether their pain point has been answered or not. They should know in which pain point series their question was answered. So we started with episode number 1, and of course, pain scale level. We all have different kinds of pain, different scale. The pain points are simply saying problems that we face. So these are the finance pain points. But you can say in 2022, when we did the survey, we categorized into different headings. And then at that point of time, we did only one survey. This time we did 2 different surveys, technically 220 plus queries. Some were bogus, some were bundle. So, but each query mostly had at least 3 or 4 questions. So answering 650 or 600 plus questions has not been easy, and 600 each, so makes it 1200 plus questions in each. has not been really easy. But yes, it has taken us 6 months. But the only prerogative was someone who has posted his query in June. So he needs to get the answer in this year. We're already 6 months late. Although we are doing our best, whatever I can do apart from my busy practice and other commitments of travel, coaching, and whatever, I'm still doing whatever I can. And of course, Rajat and Raghu are doing their bit in the WhatsApp community. So it has been a tough journey, but we have tried to finish what we can. We segregated them into different heads, but in this, we gave you this survey and we gave you a priority of pain point. Answering the priority pain point was optional, but uh, we started with the highest pain category first. People who had highest pain, we answered those around 65. Then the moderate around 103. Then the low, they were pretty much less. And then followed by no categorization. So people who did not bother to fill in their priority, that means they were not bothered whether their pain is serious or not. So we put it up in no category or uncategorized, and that would be answered last. So and we tried that we keep our, you can say, identity of the participant optional. So as I said, low, moderate, severe, or low, moderate, high. We started with high. And of course, before the survey, I gave a few examples that some of us have inverse relationship with money. The faster we earn, the faster it goes away. The second was that we don't know how to manage our clinic money. We don't know how to manage our personal money. We don't understand taxation. Many of us don't understand investments. And of course, many of us don't understand why I have to show more white income and pay more taxes. Some of us feel finance is not our job, it is CA's job. And then we feel that CA's are committing a mistake. We don't have a mechanism to track them. And then some of us falsely believe that CA or financial advisor एक ही profession होता है. ऐसा नहीं होता है. They are not the same profession. So we then delegate our investments to CA who may not be financially equipped. A CA can be a good financial advisor, but a financial advisor need not be a CA. That is for sure, because CA is a full-time profession. CFA is a part-time degree, you can say, or a diploma kind of a thing, which is a very short duration. A CA is a full-blown, you can say, course, which we can't call it only graduation, can't call it only post-graduation. It is somewhere in between. So pain points can be within the practice, management of money, lack of knowledge, or similar. So the disclaimer was participants posted here and there. Many PM points are posted here, but then most of the answers was already there on YouTube, had they cared to open up my YouTube channel. So we have different levels of pain that I'll be discussing. And of course, we started with the high priority pain points, you can say. And as I did in the practice pain points in the morning, I did a re-audit of each and every pain point myself personally, checking out whether we missed out any point or not. We had actually missed out 3 pain point queries in the practice scenario. How many have we missed here today? That is for you to, if you stay till the end, you will get to know. If you have posted a query in the highest and your query has not been answered, where it is, you will know that by the end. So query number 1 was from Taluka Kagal district, Kolhapur. It was answered with the, you can say, pictographic. Query number 2 was from tier 3 city, India. Query number, I am, you can say, I will be, you can say, posting it like this so that participants know that if their query has been answered so far. Query 3 was from Khadgar, Navi Mumbai. Query number 4 was from Kundakur, Hyderabad, Telangana. Query number 5 was from, this was pretty long. Query 5 was from Pune, Maharashtra. Query number 6, and with that we finished episode number 1. Episode 2 started with query number 6 from Navi Mumbai, Maharashtra. Query number 7 was from Ahmedabad, Gujarat, where I listed the documents. Query number 8 was from Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Query number 9 was from Nagpur, Maharashtra. Query number 10 was from Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. Query number 11 was from Nashik, Maharashtra. Query number 12 was from Nagpur, Maharashtra. Query number 13 was from Nayamati Taluka, Karnataka. Query, and with that we finished episode number 2. Episode number 3 started with the finance pain points. This is the same episode that you actually saw on YouTube yesterday. So imagine this was taken on 12th of August. It has taken 5 months. So if what episode I'm taking today, if you're not watching it live, it is being streamed in PSD group. It will be there for a couple of days over there. But once after a couple of days, it will be deleted from there. And then you will have to wait for the recording till almost May end or last first week of May or last week of April, because already recordings have been scheduled or videos have been scheduled till the last week of April already on my channel. So if you missed today, you will have to wait till, you can say, getting your pain point answer. You have part 3 till part 3 on YouTube. So query 14 was from tier 1 city, India. Tier 15 was from Latur, Maharashtra. Query 16 was from Amritsar, Punjab. Again, it was a long query. Somebody asked about section ATC. It has already been answered in detail. Today morning, they asked in the practice pain points about ATC. So again, giving the differentiating qualifications, all this video is there on YouTube if you want to watch it. It came online yesterday only. So query number 17 was from Pune, Maharashtra. Query number 18 was from Pune, but remotely located Maharashtra. 19 was from Mohali, Punjab. 20 was from Surat, Gujarat. 21 was from Gopeshwar, Uttarakhand. Query number 22 was from Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. 23 was from Mumbai, Maharashtra. 24 was from Kalyan, Maharashtra. 25 was from Vadodara, Gujarat. 26 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. 27 from Pune, Maharashtra. 28 from Rohtak, Haryana. 29 from Wardha, Maharashtra. Very painful query. So query number 30 was from Vadodara, Gujarat. 31 from Bhavnagar, Gujarat. 32 from Hadgaon, Tehsil, Maharashtra. And with that, these till query number 32, they are on YouTube. Now this will come probably next week once we do other we deal the practice pain points with September and October. So this came in November. So this will be available probably by the end of Feb, I guess. So episode number 4 answered, started with query from number 33 from Dubai, UAE. Mumbai, Maharashtra, number 34, 35 from Bangalore, Karnataka, 36 from Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh, 37 from Jamnipali, Korba, Chhattisgarh, 38 from Chandigarh, UT, 34 from Chandigarh, UT, and 39 from Solan, Himachal Pradesh. So just a sec. Yeah. 40 from Wardha, Maharashtra. Again, a very painful query. Both the queries from Wardha were very, very painful for me to answer. 41 from Mysuru, Karnataka. 42 from Nashik, Maharashtra. 43 from Vadodara, Gujarat. 44 from Delhi, India. 45 from Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh. And with that, we finish episode 4. Episode 5 started with query number 46 from Navi Mumbai, Maharashtra. Then we went on to 47 from Kalyan, Maharashtra. 48 was from Bengaluru, Karnataka. 49 was from Surat, Gujarat. 50 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. 51 from Jalgaon, Maharashtra. 52 from Arani Thiruvallur district, Tamil Nadu, tier 3. 53 was from Pune, Maharashtra. 54 was from Bhiwandi, Maharashtra. 55 from Nawashahar, Punjab. 56 was from Srinagar, J&K. And 57 from Nala Sobara, Mumbai suburb, Maharashtra. 58 was from Kottayam, Kerala. 59 was from Vizag, Andhra Pradesh. 60 was from Pune, Maharashtra. And with that, we started episode number 6, webinar number 261. Query 61 was from Navi Mumbai, Maharashtra. And 62 from Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh. 63 from Chennai, Tamil Nadu. 64 from Cottrebons, Mauritius. 65 from Barmer, Rajasthan. 66 from with query number 65, we finished the high priority pain points. Then we started with the moderate pain point, moderate category pain point, which were the highest. There are around 103. So we'll continue till 168. From 65 to 168, there will be moderate pain points. We can say, as I say, high, moderate, severe, high, moderate, low, sorry. So we then started with the moderate or the priority medium pain points. So 66 from Mysore, Karnataka. 67 from Shirwa district, Udupi, Karnataka. 68 from Hassan, Karnataka. 69 from Singrauli district of Madhya Pradesh, 70 from Perangaluttur, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, 71 from Bengaluru, Karnataka, 72 from Howrah, West Bengal, 73 from Madurai, Tamil Nadu, 74 from New Delhi, India, 75 from Berhampur, West Bengal, 76 from Indore, Madhya Pradesh, 77 from Rajkot, Gujarat, 78 from Bengaluru, Karnataka, 79 from Mahad, Raigad, Rajasthan, Mahad, Raigad, Maharashtra. Query number 80 was from Mumbai, Maharashtra. And with that, we finished episode number 6 in the month of November. And this week, we started the FPMP series started. It was time to bring down the curtains to all the pain points, what we have started, because my intention always has been to finish what you start. Never leave things unfinished in life. You may have a delay of a couple of days, 3-4 days, 5 days. Nobody minds that. For example, my 90-day challenge, all the blogs are there, but I didn't want to dilute the attention, so I did not post a few blogs in this week. So only the blogs for this week are pending. They are all written only, which I'll post in the next 2, 3, 4 days, because the 90-day challenge ends today. So I have finished the task. That is more important. I've not posted it. That is not important. So I'll be posting that, of course, so that you get whatever it is. And then the focus will shift to other channels, from the FB group to other channels, probably more focus on YouTube shorts and more on Instagram reels and Instagram, rather than the Facebook group. So I have been trying a few things. So they will be there. Of course, the group will continue to work like in the past, but not with a daily kind of a content of that Monday infographic, Tuesday practice management blog, Wednesday YouTube video, Thursday medical legal or documentation blog, Friday podcast and an Instagram carousel and a reel, Saturday finance blog, Sunday YouTube video, and Sunday life coaching blog. So that sequence will end today. Whatever is pending for this week, I'll be posting that in the WhatsApp community. But yes, finishing what we started with the episode number 7 on 26th of December, this week itself, on Tuesday, a day after Christmas. And query number 81 was from Vadodara, Gujarat, 82 Jalandhar, Punjab, 83 Mumbai, Maharashtra, 84 Mumbai, Maharashtra again, 85 was Bhusawal, Jalgaon, Maharashtra, 86 from Ganar district, Sonipat, Haryana, 87 was from Ulhasnagar, Maharashtra, 88 was from Ballarpur, Chandrapur, Maharashtra, 89 was from Vadodara, Gujarat, 90 was from again Vadodara, Gujarat, 91 was from Rajkot, Gujarat, 92 from Silod, Maharashtra. I never knew that Silod is a place. So query from Rajkot, Gujarat, number 93. Number 94 was from Ajmer, Rajasthan. Number 95 is from Puttur, Karnataka. Number 96 from Pune, Maharashtra. And with that, we finished session number 7. Session number 8 started with on Wednesday from 97 from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Then number 98 was from Dahod, Gujarat. 99 from New Delhi, India. 100, and I stopped posting those images and everything. I just answered them extempore. So Satra, Maharashtra, number 100. 101 from Ulhasnagar, Maharashtra. Number 102 from Meta City, Nagaur, Rajasthan. Number 103 from Dubai, UAE. Number 104 from Dombivli, Mumbai, Maharashtra. 105 was from, again, a very long query. 105 was from Navi Mumbai, Maharashtra. Number 106 from Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. 127 was from Anand, Gujarat. 108 from Damangaon, Amravati, Maharashtra. 109 from Kotkpura, Punjab. 110 from Vani, Nashik, Maharashtra. 111 from New Delhi, India. 112 was from Surat, Gujarat. 113 was from Valsad, Gujarat. 114 was from Surat, Gujarat again. 115 from Tanda Urmar, Hoshiarpur, Punjab. 116 from Abohar, Punjab. With that, we finished session number 8, and then session number 9 started with episode 271. So 117 from Mumbai, Maharashtra, and 118 was from, again, Mumbai, Maharashtra. 119 from Halwad, Gujarat. 120 from Chennai, Tamil Nadu. 121 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. 22 from Atmakur, Nandyal, Andhra Pradesh. 123 from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. 124 from Gandhidham, Gujarat. 125 from Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. 26 from Panvel, Navi Mumbai, Maharashtra. 27 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. 28 was from Nashik, Maharashtra. 29 was from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. 30 was from Delhi, India. 31 from Noida Extension, Delhi NCR, India. 32 from Yavatmal, Maharashtra. 33 from Shioganj, Rajasthan. 34 from Jalandhar, Punjab. 35 from Anandpur Sahib, Punjab. And then we started Pain Point number 10 episode yesterday night with episode number 273. 136 from Chennai, Tamil Nadu. 37 was from Indore, Madhya Pradesh. 38 was from Anand, Gujarat. 39 was from Patiala, Punjab. 40 was from Navi Mumbai. 41 from my city, Ludhiana, Punjab. 42 was from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. 43 from Bengaluru, Karnataka. 44 was from Udaipur, Rajasthan. 45 from Bengaluru, Karnataka. 46 from Pune, Maharashtra. 47 from Madanganj, Kishangarh, Rajasthan. 48 was from New Delhi, India. 49 from Jodhpur, Rajasthan. 50 from Zirakpur, Punjab. 51 from Pimpri, Maharashtra. 52 from Bengaluru, Karnataka. 53 from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. 54 from Narayangarh, Haryana. 55 from Amritsar, Punjab. 56 from Ulhasnagar, Mumbai, Maharashtra. 57 from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. 58 from Panchkula, Haryana. 159 from Ulhasnagar, Mumbai, Maharashtra again. 160 from Navi Mumbai, Maharashtra. 161 from Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. And the last query yesterday was from 162 from Surat, Gujarat. So with this, we finish a quick recap. Whatever it has taken around 20-25 minutes. It's time to bring down the curtains. And of course, the finale has to start. And let's start the session. Finishing what we started, we are about to end this pain journey now in whatever way I can. If I am trying to be helpful to any one of you or all of you, I will be really, you can say optimistic about it that this really helps you out in certain ways. So of course, this is finale episode number 11. This was rescheduled. Originally was destined to happen yesterday, but yes, संडे को लगना था टाइम, तो वीकडे को इतना टाइम निकालना वैसे भी मुश्किल होता है. So disclaimer again, a few practice points will be there. There will be an overlap because the colleagues were not mindful of what they are feeling, but we are trying to answer them unbiased. So query number 163 from Navi Mumbai, Maharashtra. Financial planning. Was never able to understand how much of income generated needs to be set aside for expansion, updating equipment, updating knowledge in the form of courses and conferences. In short, I used to spend and save for wealth creation without any scientific methodology. No financial advisor, only relative friend and CA. Share market, skeptical of share market, but have come to know its value in wealth creation. So the question is, if you are thinking of putting money back into business, the thumb rule says 10% of your gross income needs to be plowed back into your operations. That means you're working. That means that should be a criteria that you plow back, or you can say invest 10% of money or keep aside for that. For example, you may not have an immediate purchase or upgradation coming up, but keeping aside that money will help you to budget better. And if you can budget better, of course, these things are more helpful for you. So if you don't have a financial advisor, you can say better get one, because you need to understand the methodology, why all eggs are not to be put in one basket, why you need debt, why you need a hedge, why you need a balanced one, and of course equity in the form of mutual funds and stock market does play its role. So skeptical to share market, but value creation is there only if you have a guided mentor with you. If you don't have, if you just rely on the you can say news channels, or you can say YouTube ads or YouTube tips, I'm sure that is not going to be handy for that. So have a guided financial advisor who can guide you through that. A financial advisor and a CA are two different professions. I hope you know that by now. And of course, you need to understand that money needs to be put to use. If you don't put money to use, money will actually lose its purpose that we all have in our life. That is the brutal reality. So with this, I hope I answer your query. So query number 164 from Mumbai, Maharashtra, financial investments. So having a look at these kind of pain points sometimes really makes me wonder what the colleagues really were serious about asking their queries. Financial investments, there are so many things that we keep on talking daily. There is debt to think of, there is hybrid to think of, or you can say balanced option to think of. There is a hedge to think of, there is a HESBA to think of, there is an equity portion to think of. So if you don't know about these things, if you're zero in these things, the primary thing to learn is banking and taxation first. Anyone wanting to learn investments needs to learn these two things first. बिना टैक्सेशन में कोई भी इन्वेस्टमेंट करना जीरो है, is zero effort. People believe taxation हमारा काम नहीं है. If you don't know taxation, how will you even track your CA whether it's doing right or not? So many queries we have done, CA ने ऐसे किया, CA ने वैसे किया, because we didn't know. Yesterday I had a query, classical example, my CA is filing presumptive, he's not doing this thing, I have less profit because of him. So you need to track that. You need to know that. अगर आपको पता ही नहीं है तो फिर ट्रैक कैसे करोगे आप? So before anybody who is fresh and wants to venture into investments needs to learn banking and taxation very, very clearly. That is the benchmark or the baseline of all these things. And this is coming from a fact that a person like me who has, you can say, done these things over the period of years, managed myself, got financially free, and of course, guiding you all towards this path. So I hope whatever little query you posted has been answered. Query number 165 from Vadodara, Gujarat. Why can't we have uniform gradation of dental treatment charges as gradation of taxes in different tier 1, tier 2 cities for property tax, ready reckoner rate? Same way we have like institutes offering dental treatment in a X tier city locality by a dentist specialist of Y years of experience treated by instruments of Z, manual, mechanical, example, scaling, RCT, and a price limit of same. Why do we need that? The government does not put a bar on what you charge. Even the DCI says you charge the just remuneration. Now, what do they mean by just remuneration? For example, my root canal cost is, for example, 2,000 rupees. Cost, not the price. Cost is 2,000 rupees. Your root canal cost may be 3,000 or 1,000. So accordingly, if I go by the, I'm talking of all the direct and indirect costs, for example. So I need to minimum charge 4,000. If you are having 1,000, you can charge 2,000 also. If you are having 3,000 as your cost, you may charge at least 6,000. So there is a disparity in whatever we are using. So it does not mean that you can overtly charge. You can charge. There is no bar on it. If your patients are paying, they have deep pockets, they will pay you. But setting a structure, then making sure that people are following it, absolutely not going to work. You can try this, of course, at a local level of your area of community of dentists. आपके एरिया में जितने डेंटिस्ट हैं मिलके आप इनिशिएटिव लो, go to them and meet them, and of course once you meet them, set up a local committee, set up a local way that हम लोग इससे कम में चार्ज नहीं करेंगे, इससे ज्यादा कोई भी चार्ज कर ले, इससे कम में कोई चार्ज नहीं करेगा. Set up a local action committee for that part. You be the pioneer in that. वो आप फिर भी कर सकते हैं, but expecting the government to do everything for us doesn't work. It is not practical, it is not viable, it is not there. So आपके अपने एरिया के डेंटिस्ट, of course, I believe that all of them may have a limited, you can say more or less same kind of setup. ठीक है, थोड़ा किसी का बहुत अच्छा होगा, किसी का थोड़ा बहुत बुरा होगा, but an average can be set. Use my shoulder, forward them my GPM NPM videos and tell them that if we charge below this, we are actually not making money. So you can use my shoulder by forwarding them videos. Everybody has their पड़ोसी डेंटिस्ट का नंबर. So नहीं मिलना चाहते उसको YouTube वीडियो फॉरवर्ड करो, drop a message, please go through this video, and then we can set up a meeting to meet. Use my video. This is for your education, this is for your knowledge. If you can't use that, then there is no point. फिर आप क्रिब करते रहोगे, ये चलता रहेगा, 10 साल बाद भी ये पेन पॉइंट रहेंगे. There is no end to it. So take an initiative, at least in your local area, and put an end to this problem once for all. क्या होएगा? ज्यादा से ज्यादा होएगा, एक या दो लोग नहीं मानेंगे, 10 लोग हैं आपके एरिया में, 8 लोग मान जाएंगे, 2 नहीं मानेंगे. Let them be. 8 is majority, 2 is minority. धीरे धीरे they'll also have to come to this. धीरे धीरे they'll also realize that yes, this is important. So query 166 from Patiala, Punjab. New to the world of financial planning, started to invest in proper instruments quite late, so still trying to find feed. Late start means worry about retirement. Yes. Ab aap jage. That is the real question. When I say these things, people wake up late. I mean this only, because people forget आपको कोई भी पेंशन नहीं मिलने वाली है इन एनी फेज ऑफ योर लाइफ, चाहे वो रिटायरमेंट है चाहे कुछ भी है. सो यू हैव टू फेंड फॉर योर सेल्फ, यू हैव टू मेक योर ओन अरेंजमेंट्स. आपके बच्चों का इंतजाम आपने करना है, गिविंग देम एजुकेशन. इंडिया में शादी भी करते हैं, फॉरेन कंट्री में सिर्फ एजुकेशन देके, इवन से आफ्टर दैट किड इज 14 और 15 इन मोस्ट कंट्रीज ही इज एम्प्लॉयबल. इज बॉय यू आर ऑन योर ओन, जाओ अपना कमाओ अपना खाओ. और उसको हाथ भी लगा था, इफ यू टच मी अगेन आई विल कॉल 911. So that is the way the foreign country works. In India, it does not work this way. We still can say pamper our kids. We provide them with the best possible education, and of course, we spend bomb on their marriages as well. Again, doing that or not is another thing. What I feel, everyone should have at least two aims minimum: providing the best education for your kids and having a good enough corpus for your retirement or golden years of life. Not in any order, but these two should be the priority of any individual. These should be the long-term goals. And higher education comes at a cost. Higher education comes at a cost. If you're providing them good education, India or abroad, either way you need money. Yes, abroad के लिए थोड़ा ज़्यादा चाहिए होगा, but yes, do that. And now that you have lost out on the most valuable asset a bit, not fully, a bit, that is time, you need to double that up with money part. And of course, stay invested till the time that you can. So query from Bengaluru, Karnataka. I started my clinic 3 months back. I'm an endodontist practicing in Pune, Bangalore. I've spent around 18 lakh for my clinic with all equipment required. Pune is industrial area and we have middle class and upper middle class over here. Many patients are not willing to give consultation fee also. And due to nearby dentists who are practicing from 10 to 15 years, charges are very low. Free consultation, 200 extraction, how to make patients understand about the charges, and also please guide how to increase in OPDs and footfall in clinic. The thing is, you chose this area yourself. You opened up your clinic in March or April, I guess, because the survey was in June. So I hope you must have found your feet by now. This is the reason I wanted to answer these queries, because somebody who's posted this query in June, it is unfair for him to wait for eternity. Of course, the priority pain points needed to be distinguished very, very clearly in that part. So if you did a survey and you know that there are middle class and upper middle class people here who are a good paymaster, then you need to realize that you have chosen the correct area. But then you are not targeting the right people. Targeting the right people, increasing the OPD is primarily done through marketing. Visibility. You are not visible to your target audience as yet. Probably you're new as well. So there is nothing wrong in that. So what I suggest is that you go on setting up your organic base first, your clinic website, your social media presence, education marketing, content marketing, go on educating your public so that you set up a validation point. Once you have a validation point, then going for a targeted, laser focused paid marketing. Hire an agency in the beginning, put in a limited budget, and then go about the task of increasing your budgets gradually as you have more and more income. So that is the way to go about it. And that is the way to increase your OPD also and footfall also. I hope that helps. So query from Chandigarh UT, even after 23 years in private practice, earlier 7 years in jobs, before that, 30 years of practice. Wow. So seem impossible to purchase my own clinic space. A real estate is out of reach in a city like Chandigarh, but I'm paying a rent of almost 50K. Is it okay to continue like this till retirement? Please guide. The first question you have to know is, I'll be very blunt, how many time or how much years or how many years or how much time you feel that you can still do active practice. If you are 23 plus 7, I believe you must be close to your 54, 55 years of age. 30 years of experience starting at 24, 25, roughly 54, 55, maybe a couple of years plus and minus. That should be your age. How long do you want to continue to work? So rent 50K is secondary. The first question is this. Number two, how many of you can say your kids would want to pursue dentistry? I believe that you would be having kids. So how many of your kids would be willing to pursue dentistry? So if you are thinking on those grounds, so then of course, if you want to discontinue your rental space, what is the option with you? So you need to figure out all those things. And yes, what is their corpus with you if you were to retire today. If you have 4 to 5 CR as on today, and with no major liabilities like kids education or kids marriage, because doctors life start late, तो बहुत लोगों की 55 साल 54 तक बहुत कुछ पेंडिंग होता है. For example, my younger one will do 10th when I will be 56. Today I'm 47. So it is a thing which we need to figure out once we are planning to shut down the shop, or planning to retire, or planning to take dentistry to that level where we work for fun, pleasure, leisure, but not for making ends meet or earning the bread. So you have to distinguish between the two things. So once you are able to do that, buying or renting is secondary question for you. The primary thing is how many years you want to continue. That is the primary question. So I hope I have answered that. So guys, I'm having my tea also in between, so I hope you don't mind. This is my evening time. So with this, we end the moderate pain points queries. I said 65 to 103, there will be moderate pain point queries. The next is the low pain point in priority that we'll be beginning. So let's begin the low priority pain points. Number 169 from Panipat, Haryana, high clinic expenditure. See, if the clinic expenditure is high, that means the profit is less. That means the charging is also less. That means your pricing is not set correctly. That means you are not having a knowledge of your GPM or NPM. So clinic expenditure is not high. Sometimes the profit is low. So we think हमारे खर्चे ही बहुत हैं. खर्चे बहुत है क्योंकि आ नहीं रहा. आ क्यों नहीं रहा? क्योंकि charges सही नहीं है. So think, analyze, you can say write down your expenses कि आपके कहाँ पे leaking bucket है. Are you a FOMO based buyer? कि you can say fear of missing out, Facebook University से आप guide हो गए अपनी purchase करते हैं clinic की. So if you're doing that, I'm sure you would want to discontinue that. So think which is the leaking bucket in your ship of clinic, and you will arrive at a solution quick and fast. Query number 170 from Patiala, Punjab. I usually spend a lot of money in buying latest gadgets. Few of them add to efficiency, most of them not. No effective method of buying these, at least some guidance from Indian point of view. Poor in investment part, have mastered art called dentistry, but still a novice in investing money. That is the story of most of us and many of us, I would say. So people have no idea of where things are in their practice, and that is what is the most painful point for many of us. So buying gadgets based on Facebook approach, Facebook University approach, I would say, is wrong. Most of them are not adding to efficiency. When you have to buy these things, you need to understand very clearly what all has been your criteria in choosing them. If you took into account the return over investment, you had a plan in action to market those with the services. If neither of the same was the plan of action, then you need to understand that they are actually making a dent in your profit. And you can say occupying space also. There is a cost of space also in clinic, and cost of blocking money also. And of course, depreciation also plays a role. So even an equipment which is not being used, apart from, you can say, occupying space, has so many other costs as well. So think about it. So guidance is control your horses when you don't want to, when you won't want to, you can say buy these things. So of course, it is not have a fair assessment of where your investments are going to finish. That is the only way to guide about it. So of course, if you are poor in investment part, start learning from banking and transaction part, because that is the basic aim. Once you have a knowledge in these two things, then of course you can go in for investment. But yes, if you are in that middle age crisis scenario, where you're having good practice but nothing for your future years, then you need to really figure out that. But I hope that answers your query. So query from Vadodara, Gujarat, number 171. Main thing for me is payment issue for the staff and their relatives, and also our college neighbors of clinic. Also our colleges, neighbors of clinic and relatives. Many are not knowing that dental treatment is this much costly now. For example, I charge 5,000 for lower wisdom tooth. So response from many of the known person is that I'm telling more and then reducing 1,000. Whereas unknown patient is giving happily. So after giving salary to staff, the next day they are not coming. Many times this has happened to me. So the first question is, if people are not aware about the services, set a context first, set you can say a baseline first, where you explain them each and everything. When you explain them that they will be charged this much amount, they'll make a fair call whether they want to go in for the treatment or not, whether they want to you can say go those things, do those things or not. And if they are willing to, then do it. I don't encourage that आप पहले बढ़ाओ फिर घटाओ या आपने बढ़ा के घटाओ. Then it sets a wrong precedent amongst them in that scenario. So you can charge whatever you want to, but always tell it prior. If they're willing to get it done at that price, perfectly fine. If not, it's their choice as well. You always create job roles, and you can say when you hire your staff, you give them a clarity of what the job roles they are to perform. आपका नोटिस पीरियड कितना है क्लिनिक का, आपका वे ऑफ प्रैक्टिसिंग कैसा है, हाउ दे आर गोइंग टू लीव यू. पीपल विल लीव, that is a part of their, you can say that is the part of their profession, so don't feel bad about it. But yes, the normal system is that people are paid usually from 1 to 30, they're paid the next 5th or 6th, so that will be there. But if people want to leave, tell them that we are okay with your leaving, but please give us time to plan for your replacement. So some of you will say, why put it in their head also? Because you put it in their head or not, if they want to leave, they will have to leave. So understand that 8 out of 10 will still follow this thing and 2 will still not follow, but that's okay. Even 80% are following your advice, you can say telling you and leaving. It gives you time to prepare and plan for a replacement. Okay, so distribution of finance between me and wife, as we both work at same place. Giving bill from whose bill book is main problem for receptionist. Again, if you are both the proprietors, then you can say if you're having an LLP kind of a scenario, then both of you are owners. If you are having that you are the owner and the wife is on salary, then of course the billing needs to be given from you only. So understand and identify the system what you have in your practice. So it can be both LLP practice, or you can say one is the owner and the other works as an employee drawing a salary. Huge salary also is possible. But if you are working on those conditions, then the billing will not be an issue. Otherwise, the receptions will have problems like this, that if you both are the proprietors. And of course, if it is an LLP, then the documentation really needs to be different, and your ITR changes from ITR 1, 2, 3, 4 to ITR 5. So it will not be for individuals, then it will be for the LLP firms that you have to file ITR 5 for that purpose. So don't get into that zone. If you want to, it should be kept simple. So I believe that one of you can be the proprietor and the other can be the employee of the clinic, depending upon what are the logistics, whose name is the plot, whose name is the clinic, who was the first one to open. So that depends. Of course, I can presume that you may be the owner and your wife can be a salaried employee, whereby you can say control your expenses as well, as per the presumptive or as per the conventional, whichever way you want to, you can control the expenses both the ways. I hope that answers your query. Query number 172 from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Growth has become stagnant, investments going, but not a perfect system that can be followed for years on years. There should be an investment system that can give at least 40% annual return. कितने बड़े बड़े ख्वाब हैं आपके भाई साहब. 40% एनुअल रिटर्न जिस दिन मिलने शुरू होगी ना, इंडिया में आधे लोग काम करना बंद कर देंगे. So don't look out for these kind of investments or these kind of returns. ठीक है, स्मॉल कैप्स देते हैं 40%, बट देन अगर कोई 40% इन्वेस्टमेंट रिटर्न देगी तो उसका रिस्क फैक्टर, रिस्क पोटेंशियल भी उतना ही बड़ा होगा. सो इफ यू डोंट वांट योर ग्रोथ टू बिकम स्टैग्नेंट, you have to think of new avenues, new sources of income in your clinic. और new income sources क्या होते हैं? It is as simple as that. The new income sources are through active marketing, where you bring in consistent pipeline of leads which can be converted. Again, not everybody walking in will be converted, but yes, those who get converted will get the treatment done, and you will never have a dearth of patients. So investments में कोई perfect system नहीं होता. You still have to track each of your investments at least once every 3 months. यही तो बात है, हम बोलते हैं ना, फिक्स्ड इन्वेस्टमेंट को ट्रैक करो. आप डेट को म्यूचुअल फंड में डालोगे तो आपको उसको भी ट्रैक करना पड़ेगा. अगर आप डेट को पीपीएफ में डालोगे, उसको ट्रैक नहीं करना पड़ेगा. अगर डेट को एनपीएस में डालोगे, उसको वंस इन 6 मंथ, सॉरी इन हाइब्रिड में डालोगे, तो उसको आपको 6 मंथ्स में एक बार ट्रैक करना पड़ेगा अपने पीएफएम को और अपने पीओपी को. सो यू डोंट हैव टू डू इट एवरी 3 मंथ्स अगर आपने बैलेंस्ड एडवांटेज फंड काइंड ऑफ चीजों में डाला है. सो अगर आपने ईटीएफ में डाला है फॉर द हेज पर्पस, तो आपको उसको भी ट्रैक करना पड़ेगा एवरी 3 मंथ्स। अगर एसजीबी में डाला है तो इट इज धोया भिगोया हो गया। इट इज, यू कैन से, इन्वेस्ट, शट एंड फॉरगेट। सो दैट इज द अप्रोच। सो इक्विटी को यस नीड्स टू बी ट्रैक्ड 1 to 3 months डिपेंडिंग अपॉन वॉलेटिलिटी, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन योर एक्सपोजर, कि कितना आपका रिस्क एपेटाइट है, कितना आप स्मॉल कैप में, मिड कैप में है। अगर आप लार्ज कैप में हैं तो यू नीड टू स्टिल ट्रैक इट वंस एवरी 3 मंथ्स। बट इफ यू आर देयर इन द मोर हाई रिस्क कैटेगरी ऑफ स्मॉल कैप्स एंड मिड कैप्स, जहां पे आपका एक्सपोजर उस एरिया में ज्यादा है, देन यू नीड टू ट्रैक इट एवरी मंथ। सो you have to have those system की tracking चलता है. It is always a trial and error correction. Some funds may perform, some funds may not perform. So you keep on switching, you keep on changing a few things. पर ऐसा करने के लिए सिर्फ आपको एक चीज को करना है. अगर सब पैसा आपने म्यूचुअल फंड में डाल दिया फॉर डेट ऑल्सो, फॉर हाइब्रिड ऑल्सो, फॉर हेज ऑल्सो, तो फिर तो भगवान ही मालिक है ना आपका. पांचवी ऑप्शन हेस्बा होती है, हाई अर्निंग सेविंग बैंक अकाउंट. पुट योर मनी वेयर इट इज ग्रोइंग एट द एटलीस्ट 6%, 6.5%. अब तो 7.5% वाले बैंक भी आ गए हैं. सो इवन लिक्विड मनी इज अर्निंग अ गुड परसेंटेज. ठीक है, टैक्सेशन बढ़ता है पर एटीटीटी क्वेश्चन भी तो मिलता है ना. थिंक अबाउट दोस्त, 2.5% से 7%, 6.5% बेटर है ना, उससे डबल से ज्यादा है ना. तो अगर आप 2.5% पे भी टैक्स दे रहे हो तो 6.5 पे दे रहे हो, तो जो कमा रहे हो उसी पे दे रहे हो ना एक्स्ट्रा, उसी का 20 या 30 दोगे आप. लेकिन सोच नहीं बदलती, सोच नहीं बदलेगी तो देश नहीं बदलेगा. 40% वाली कोई रिटर्न नहीं होगी आपके पास रेगुलरली कि आपकी सारी इन्वेस्टमेंट 40% पे ग्रो करे. सो प्लीज कम आउट ऑफ योर ड्रीम लैंड. तो अगर 40% होगी तो रिस्क फैक्टर भी बहुत हाई होगा. And you will need to track it not every month, but every week. Sometimes even you can say twice a week as well. So I hope that answers your query. So query number 173 from Kankavali, Maharashtra. So less saving. If you are less saving, that means you have less profit. Less profit means your charges may be low and expenses may be high. So either both of them can be high. So find out the leaking bucket and find out where you can make you can say a correction. If you want to correct your expenses, want to correct your income or increase your revenues of income, find out the reasons where you are lacking. Of course, सिंगल 2 लाइनर पेन पॉइंट डालने से हमारे को जितनी इन्फॉर्मेशन दे सकते हैं हम लोग उतनी ही दे सकते हैं आपको. आई होप दैट आंसर्स योर क्वेरी. 174 from tier 2 city India. Patient bargaining, competition with colleagues on competitive treatment fee, guarantee and warranty about treatment. So patient bargaining तभी होती है when you don't set the context right in the start. So set it right, explain everything clearly beforehand. उसमें consent form helps a lot. So if you are not following consent form, treatment approval form, तो आपको ये प्रॉब्लम एंड में आनी है. It is but natural. But if you are following these things, you will not face any problem. So understand that it is to be there. Competition with colleagues on competitive treatment fee. I don't know. कोई बोली थोड़ा ना लगती स्टॉक मार्केट की तरह. आज से 20 साल पहले स्टॉक मार्केट में जब वो ऑनलाइन नहीं था, हर्षद मेहता के टाइम पे 30 साल पहले, तो उस वक्त बोली लगती थी. If you have seen that episode Scam 1992 story. और रियल में स्टॉक मार्केट में ऐसे बोली बोल बोल के काम होता था. तो हम लोग ऐसे तो काम करते नहीं है that we are standing on road and we are making a bid for dental treatment. आ जाओ 2000 में रूट कनाल करा लो. So if you are doing that, then you are probably in the wrong space. So again, educate your colleagues about the profit margins. So ये नहीं है कि वो कर रहा है गलती, तो अगर आप उसके एक जेन्युइन कलीग हैं, मैं हमेशा ये बोलता हूं, डेंटिस्ट का सबसे बड़ा सगा होता है. अगर आप उसके जेन्युइन एक कलीग हैं, you will try to you can say remove those misconceptions from his mind, cobwebs from his mind, कि मैं कम चार्ज करके ह्यूज ओपीडी कर लूंगा. ओ भैया, कोल इकोनॉमिक्स थ्योरी है 1840 की, उसको छोड़ दो. 1840 की थ्योरी डेंटिस्ट्री में काम नहीं करेगी. सो इफ इट इज नॉट वर्किंग टुडे, यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि कहीं ना कहीं तो प्रॉब्लम है ना. तो अगर प्रॉब्लम, उस चीज को हम अंडरस्टैंड नहीं करेंगे, तो वेयर इज द सॉल्यूशन फॉर यू? Guarantee and warranty about treatment, it is very clear. You don't own any guarantee or warranty about treatment. It is not to be done. Yes, you can pass on the lab warranty for the prosthesis to the patient, but at your own terms and conditions. The full chart of terms and conditions, I have a detailed video on that. Again, it is your perspective whether you want to do it or not. It can be a differentiator and a game changer if you do it properly. But if you do it in a wrong manner, it will actually be gimmicky and you can say unabashedly, you can say nonsense appearing to the patient. So don't do on that part. Don't go on those grounds. I hope I have answered your query. Okay. So query 175 from Sherpur, Nashik, Maharashtra. Not able to invest properly as clinic income is not fixed. loan installments and regular expenses further don't allow it to happen. So clinic income fix नहीं होगी, लेकिन एक एवरेज तो होती है ना सबकी एक साल की, कि हाँ मेरी एवरेज 1 लाख रुपए महीना है फॉर एग्जाम्पल. सो बट you have to budget then accordingly. There will be some low months, there will be some high months, but yes, कहाँ पे आपकी सुई अटकती है वो आपको मालूम है. But if your clinic is not growing, then you need to understand that these things need to be taken care of as much as you can. So लोन तो हमेशा EMI आपके खर्चों में ऐड होएगा ही होएगा, एंड रेगुलर एक्सपेंसेस नीड तो है ही है ना, जीना तो है ही है ना, बिल्स तो देने ही है ना. यू कांट से कि आई can say love you and I love you electricity department, I'll pay you my bill by hugs and kisses. You can't do that. You still need money for that. So understand that money is not everything, but money is again very, very important. So I hope I have answered your query. So query number 176 from Panipat, Haryana. Low profitability. Charges are low, input is low, or expenses are high, FOMO based buying is there. You need to figure out where is the problem. So profitability is low. Usually, sometimes both are wrong. Your input, or you can say your income is less because of low charges, because of low OPD, because of low footfalls, or because of decent OPD but very low charging. And of course, expenses are continue to, you can say, rise every now and then. If we don't realize those things, then probably we are the ones who are at fault rather than anything and anyone else. So I hope इन 2 वर्ड्स का मैंने सही आंसर दे दिया जितना आपको चाहिए था. दैट इज द बेस्ट आई कैन डू. So query from Bengaluru, Karnataka, number 177. Having good practice since 23 years. Now since last week, practice dropped very badly. That I was sitting doing nothing. Last month I was totally busy. But from 1st June, sudden drop in OPD. As I said, this survey was done in the first week of June. When I asked the fellow dentists, they too were telling the same. But since I'm a very senior practitioner in my area, should I take it this easy, or is this threatening since many new clinics have come up around? You really need to have a good amount of Hajmola with you. Learn to digest things properly. Don't feel bad. Ups and downs are phases of life. So if you are relying only on word of mouth, even after 23 years, then yes, this thing will happen, and further it will happen. But if 23 years you have worked really well, trust me, you will not have to bother about where is the money coming from. You may or may not even need to do active marketing in your scenario, but being visible is very important, even especially to the newer population. The newer population does not know that you are there with a gray hair and you can say existing to solve their problems. So don't feel bad. Ups and downs are part of life, but you can say do education and content marketing. If not paid first, set up your organic base. If this has not been needed in the past, it does not mean that it will not be needed in future as well. Times have changed. In post-COVID era, times have actually changed. So my visiting consultation places have good amount of cases, and this astonishes me. लोग ना सच और झूठ दोनों बड़े बड़े सफेद तरीके से बोलते हैं. So I always you can say ask my lab guys that तुमसे कितने लोग ये इंफॉर्मेशन पूछते हैं कि नहीं, बहुत पूछते हैं. सिर्फ आपने नहीं कभी पूछा कि और क्लिनिक पे कितना काम है, मेरे पे कितना है, आप कभी नहीं पूछते हो, लेकिन हर लोग पूछता है आपके क्लिनिक पे कितना है, उसके क्लिनिक पे कितना है, उसके क्लिनिक पे कितना है. एंड yours is one average I am maintaining since long, that very rarely the work falls below that level. So you are doing that. So but people are really, you can say, कहते हैं हम भी कई बार खींच के झूठ बोल देते हैं कि छोड़ो वहां तो बहुत काम है, आपके पास काम नहीं है बस. And sometimes it really pisses them off. So you don't trust the lab guys or the dealers for that. They'll say accordingly. Sometimes the lab guys are pokey themselves. They'll say क्या बात, काम नहीं निकला बहुत देर से, बाकी सब क्लिनिक पे तो बहुत काम है. And that is good enough to, you can say, puncture your ego for that day. And you will go in a depression mode. मैं फ्री हो गया, मेरा काम खराब हो गया, मेरे रिव्यूज इस तरह के हो गए, पता नहीं क्या हो गया, मेरे को काम करना भूल गया. You get into that self doubt mode. Don't do that. Don't do that. So understand that these are a part and parcel, and yes, you still need to have new age marketing methods. If not to the highest grade, to a reasonable grade, you still need to be having that. और consultation वाले सच बोलते हैं झूठ बोलते हैं वो secondary बात है, but you should not be even interested in this kind of gossip. You should not be asking यार उसके काम कितना है, उसके काम कितना है, वो सामने वाला सच बोल रहा है झूठ बोल रहा है, how can you know, how can you predict? So don't go into that zone. I hope that answers your query. So this finishes the low priority pain points. The next, you can say, 35 odd queries would be based on the uncategorized pain points. So I believe the next 1 hour we should be finishing them up pretty handsomely. So those who did not fill in high, moderate, or low, they fall in this range. No priority for them. Priority is not for the pain point. So I put them into uncategorized pain point category. So let's begin and answer these queries. So 172 from Mumbai, Pune. Both the cities entered in the records. Mumbai, Pune, Maharashtra. Managing finances when expenses are greater than income due to unpredictable monthly income. Also, lack of knowledge to invest the limited available resources wisely. Though I have improved learning and understanding the same to some extent after being added to Dr. Pradeep sir's WhatsApp group, learning in progress. The similar question is that if you are still not able to track a few things, the group learnings are fragmented. Have a guided learning. फाइनेंस में सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज होती है जो लोग नहीं रियलाइज करते, द मोस्ट वैल्यूएबल एसेट इज टाइम. आप 2 4 5 साल भी लेट है किसी चीज के लिए, इट कैन मेक अ ह्यूज डिफरेंस टू योर टोटल कॉर्पस. और लोग सिर्फ आज 10,000 5,000 बचाने के चक्कर में दे विल नॉट इन्वेस्ट फॉर देयर ग्रोथ. द बेस्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट यू कैन डू इज ऑन योर सेल्फ. नया साल आ रहा है, नया वीक, नया मंथ, नया ईयर, स्टार्टिंग ऑन अ मंडे ऑन अ वर्किंग डे. मेक दैट एज अ लर्निंग गोल दैट यू विल ट्राई टू इंप्लीमेंट एंड लर्न न्यू थिंग्स इन योर लाइफ जो आप कब से सीखना चाहते थे. हम लोग पैसा कमाने की होड़ में लगे रहते हैं, पेशेंट से लड़ पड़ते हैं 500 रुपए कम भी दे दे या कुछ करे, bargaining and all those things, but we are least bothered where that money goes. If we are not bothered about where our money is going, then we absolutely need to realize that some things are not in order. If you are not investing for your future, you are actually missing out on a very very big asset in your life, and that is time. और अगर टाइम चला गया वापस नहीं आएगा, and then you will feel the pinch, then you will feel a strong pinch. So want to have that? I'm doing a workshop, finance workshop next starting tomorrow. ऐसे live session next weekend है, but we are starting tomorrow evening onwards. Come on board and you can learn a lot. But if not, you do learn on your own, have someone else to guide you, but please don't lose out on time. Time is very crucial when it comes to investment in finance. I hope that answers your query. So query from Behror, Rajasthan, number 179, not able to calculate as what exactly we are earning from clinic and total expenses of clinic. तो ये तो फिर अब ये तो आपको देखना ना, आप नोट क्यों नहीं करते हैं कि जो आप खर्च कर रहे हैं, और यू आर स्पेंडिंग बेस्ड ऑन फोमो. जो आया लगा दो. इट इज नॉट एन इन्वेस्टमेंट, इट इज अ गाइडेड इन्वेस्टमेंट विच इज टू बी डन इन सच सिनेरियो. सो व्हाट यू आर अर्निंग मींस व्हाट यू आर टेकिंग होम, आई मीन टू से. सो इनपुट ऑफ इनकम रखिए कितना है, दैट इज एनीवेज मैंडेटरी बाय द लॉ. फॉर्म 3C टाइप एंट्रीज आपको जरूरत है करने की. द सिविल सर्जन ऑफिस विल मैंडेट इट, द गवर्नमेंट मैंडेट्स इट, एंड द इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट आल्सो mandates it that you have to maintain a record of inflow of income, inflow of patients. एक्सपेंस तो हर एक के पास होता है. अगर आप डिजिटल कर रहे हैं तो आपके पास सारा कुछ बैंक की स्टेटमेंट में होगा, लेकिन आधा कैश आधा डिजिटल will only throw you off the cart. So learn these things properly. If you can't, it's your choice. I can really help it. I can only guide you to a limited extent. एक लाइन की प्रॉब्लम का मैं इतना ही सोल्यूशन दे सकता हूँ. Thank you so much. I hope that answers your query. Query number 180 from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Lack of proper marketing strategies, not getting high ticket patients consistently. High ticket patient कभी भी walk in पे नहीं आएगा. They will always come through referral or by, you can say, watching your cases online if you have set up validation points. अगर validation points हैं, please use them. अगर नहीं है तो please employ proper marketing strategies. Give it some long run. कोई भी strategy try करते हैं. The best strategy, the easiest strategy, the cheapest strategy जिसके लिए आपको ना स्टूडियो चाहिए ना कुछ चाहिए, मोबाइल फोन लीजिए, हेडफोन लीजिए, एक एजुकेशनल वीडियो रिकॉर्ड कर दीजिए 30 सेकंड, 40 सेकंड, 1 मिनट, 2 मिनट, 3 मिनट. आपको किसने बोला 2 घंटे का वेबिनार करके रिकॉर्ड करो? छोटा सा वीडियो रिकॉर्ड करो, पुट इट ऑन योर चैनल. बट फिर वो प्रॉब्लम आ जाए, नहीं, फर्स्ट आई लूज वेट, फर्स्ट आई लूज, यू कैन से फर्स्ट आई गेन वेट, फर्स्ट आई हैव हेयर, फर्स्ट आई हैव शॉर्ट हेयर, फर्स्ट आई हैव लॉन्ग हेयर, फर्स्ट दिस पिंपल शुड गो. These kind of excuses will continue to happen throughout your life. फिर बहुत लोग ऐसा एक्सक्यूज देते हैं, जिस दिन नया साल, नया महीना, नया हफ्ता मंडे से इकट्ठे शुरू हुए ना, उस दिन से मैं जिम जाऊंगा, उस दिन से मैं ये करूंगा, वो भी कल से हो रहा है, वो भी कल से हो रहा है। तो आपके एक्सक्यूजेस सारे खत्म है। इट इज नेवर एन एंड टू एक्सक्यूजेस। देयर कैन बी वन, आई कैन से आउट ऑफ 1000 देयर कैन बी 999 एक्सक्यूजेस, बट ओनली वन रीजन टू डू इट। सो मार्केटिंग स्ट्रैटेजी, एजुकेशन मार्केटिंग, कंटेंट मार्केटिंग इज द इजीएस्ट थिंग। आपको आपके पेशेंट को अवेयर करना है। जस्ट अ सिंपल एग्जांपल, क्या आपको मालूम है कोविड के बाद आपको सबसे पहली चीज क्या करनी चाहिए? आपको आपका टूथब्रश बदलना चाहिए। ऐसे और जानकारी वाले वीडियोस के लिए सब्सक्राइब करें हमारे चैनल को और बेल आइकन दबाना ना भूलें। किसने बोला इंग्लिश में बनाओ वीडियो? हिंदी में बनाओ, संस्कृत में बनाओ, फ्रेंच में बनाओ, जो भी लैंग्वेज आपको आते हैं, कन्नड़ में बनाओ, तमिल में बनाओ, तेलुगु में बनाओ। Who says make in Hindi or make in English? If you don't have a good command in English, make it in your regional language. Regional language videos are more watched videos, more likable videos. But then the problem comes, nobody watches my videos. You can say everybody is doing the same thing. My last video had, you can say, 5 views. Me, my assistant, my wife, and my parents. Even my kid does not watch it. So 5 views the. So what? So what? हर मिनट में लाखों वीडियोस अपलोड होते हैं यूट्यूब पे। यू वांट दैट, आपने हिम्मत करके वीडियो डाला इसलिए दुनिया आपका वीडियो देखना शुरू कर दे। इट डज नॉट हैपन दैट वेज। इट डज नॉट हैपन दैट वेज। यू बी कंसिस्टेंट फर्स्ट, देन पीपल स्टार्ट नोटिसिंग यू। वी आर लिविंग इन अ डिस्ट्रैक्टेड वर्ल्ड फुल ऑफ नॉइज। एवरी इंफॉर्मेशन गेट्स डाइल्यूटेड। लोगों को फ्रैंकली, डोंट माइंड माई वर्ड्स, लोगों को गोल्ड और टट्टी में फर्क करना नहीं आता है। They really imagine both are yellow in color, so this is more chamkila, this will be good. So they have learned, stopped, you can say, distinguishing between two things. That is how it is selling, and that is how it is working. But this is the new age world. We have to realize that this is the new reality. हम लोगों को नहीं पता है, तो that is where it works. It works like wonders over there. So don't fall for that trap, people. And then we don't make videos because of one simple reason: लोग क्या कहेंगे? कौन है ये लोग? कहां से आते हैं ये लोग? कौन से लोग? जो लोग आपके बारे में कहते हैं ना, उन लोगों ने जिंदगी में खुद ऐसा कुछ नहीं किया। जो लोग मुझे कहते हैं ना, वीडियो आपका ऐसा बनाना चाहिए, आपको ऐसा करना चाहिए, ऐसा करना चाहिए, व्हेन आई नो दैट द कंस्ट्रक्टिव क्रिटिसिज्म आर कमिंग, ऑलवेज एक्सेप्ट इट। बट इफ आई नो द पर्सन एंड आई गेट टू नो, स्पेशली फ्रॉम माय लोकल आइडिया ब्रांच, व्हेन आई नो देम दे आर पुलिंग अ लेग, तो फिर मैं भी शुरू हो जाता हूँ। आपके चैनल पे वीडियो नहीं आया बहुत देर से, आप तो बनाते थे, हाँ मेरा ना वो खराब था, मेरा कैमरा खराब था, मेरा वो था एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स। एंड व्हेन दे मेक अ वीडियो, दे रियलाइज हाउ डिफिकल्ट इट इज। सम टाइम वी डोंट इवन रियलाइज कि एक एक हमने सर्वे किया, उसके लिए कितना कुछ हम करते हैं बैकग्राउंड में। एक ब्रोशर डिजाइन किया, इंफॉर्मेशन पास ऑन की, उसका राइट अप बनाया, फिर उसके लिए क्यूआर कोड जनरेट किए, फिर उसके लिए हमने जूम लिंक्स क्रिएट किए, फिर उसके हमने सारा उसका बैकड्रॉप बनाया, उसके बाद आपके पास डाला, आपकी मिन्नतें की, प्लीज अपनी प्रॉब्लम हमें बताएं। और आप 2000 में से 200 लोगों ने थोड़ा तरस खा के हमारे ऊपर अपनी प्रॉब्लम डाली, और हम आपके सेवक आपकी क्वेरीज को आंसर कर रहे हैं। पहले हम अपने स्टाफ को लगाते हैं कि वो पावर पॉइंट को इकट्ठा करे, और सॉरी, वो सारे गूगल फॉर्म को इकट्ठा करे, वहां से कॉपी पेस्ट करे, सेम सिंक्रोनाइजेशन, सेम फॉन्ट, सेम एवरीथिंग। यू विल डू दैट। जो एरर्स देखेंगे आपके कमेंट्स में देखेंगे, मेरे वाले ब्लू लाइंस में या ऊपर टॉप में कोई एरर नहीं दिखेगी आपको मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स। वो बनाए, फिर हम उस स्लाइड्स को करें, एक एक क्वेरी को इकट्ठा करें, फिर उसको आंसर करें, और फिर आपकी मिन्नतें करें, प्लीज आके देख लो। रियलाइज द एफर्ट वी आर डूइंग एंड व्हाट यू आर डूइंग। आप बहुत बिजी हैं बिकॉज आपके पास पेशेंट्स बहुत हैं। आधे क्या 90% प्रॉब्लम है लैक ऑफ फुटफॉल। अरे फुटफॉल नहीं है, काम नहीं है आपके पास, तो आप वीडियो देख भी नहीं सकते। मत देखो। इट डज नॉट मेक एन एफर्ट, डज नॉट मेक अ डिफरेंस टू मी, does not. I'll continue to do whatever I do. I'll keep on experimenting till I find the right, you can say, combination. I'll keep on doing it. But I'm not trying to demoralize you, but I'm trying to tell you that if you are not appreciating someone's effort, no one will appreciate your effort. This is karma. It will come back to bite you very badly. So remember my sayings. So if you are, you can say, not doing proper marketing strategies, you are not visible at all. So understand that you need to work on that. So I hope you don't mind this thing. It was not personally directed at you. It was just, you can say, a normal observation which I just correlated with your query. So query number 181 from Gandhidham, Gujarat. Lack of footfall, my procrastination to step into digital marketing. अब भाई, अब हम लोग फ्री बैठे हैं, फुटफॉल नहीं है, पेशेंट नहीं है, तो कुछ हम ये काम ही कर लें। एजुकेशन मार्केटिंग या कंटेंट मार्केटिंग करना क्या मुश्किल है? कंटेंट मार्केटिंग के 2 वीडियोस डालें, डिफाइन करें आपकी ऑडियंस कैसी है, एंड देन डिजाइन द कंटेंट। सिंपल, आपको अभी मैंने डेमो दिया, सिंपल वीडियोस, नॉर्मल, एजुकेटिंग द पब्लिक। लेकिन होता सारे वीडियोस बना रहे हैं तो फिर मैं भी वैसा ही वीडियो बनाऊं। योर फ्लेवर, योर ओन वे ऑफ कन्वेइंग, योर वे ऑफ कन्विक्शन इज टोटली डिफरेंट. But if you can't differentiate between again two things, then you need to realize that where is the problem. मतलब लाइफ में हमेशा कुछ तूफानी नहीं करना चाहिए. सम थिंग्स आर रूटीन, डिसिप्लिन्ड एंड बोरिंग. पेपर में, एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन आया, वेयर इज ताजमहल? नहीं, सारे तो आगरा लिख के आएंगे, मैं कुछ तूफानी करूंगा, मैं दिल्ली लिख के आऊंगा. लिख लो, बिकॉज सबने वो लिखा, मैं ये नहीं लिखूंगा. इट डज नॉट होल्ड एनी गुड. It does not hold any good. Disciplined things are to do all those things over and over again and still not be bored by it. So procrastination है, procrastination नहीं है, वो है the guts to face the camera. कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. 3.5 साल पहले मैंने डिजिटल कैमरा, क्या नॉर्मल फोटोग्राफी कैमरा नहीं फेस करता था. आज मैं धड़ल्ले से आपके आंख में आंख डाल के बात कर रहा हूँ. That this is the way you should be making videos. My videos still not perfect. I don't edit them at all. सीधा जैसे रिकॉर्ड किया वैसे डाल दिया. Because for me content is more important. The mentors I follow वो भी कंटेंट एडिट नहीं करते हैं. Yes, packaging is very important. I don't deny the importance. But हम लोग फ्री नहीं है बॉस. हम लोग 8-9 घंटे वाले प्रैक्टिशनर हैं. बहुत लोगों को ये मिसकंसेप्शन है मेरे बारे में कि शायद ये सिर्फ कोचिंग ही करता है. आई एम नॉट. ये कोचिंग करता था. दिस इज द फर्स्ट टाइम दैट आई एम टेकिंग अ सेशन ऑन संडे आफ्टर कोविड डेज. मैंने संडे कभी सेशन नहीं लिया, बिकॉज संडे इज माय डे टू इधर आई एम ट्रैवलिंग और आई एम रेस्टिंग और स्पेंडिंग टाइम विद फैमिली. दैट इज द वे इट इज. बट सिंस आई हैड टू फिनिश दीज थिंग्स एंड मैंने बीच में एक छुट्टी ले ली थी, इसलिए बफर डे को मैं यूज कर रहा हूँ. सो आई डोंट डू इट ऑन संडे. मैं सुबह या शाम सेशन क्यों लेता हूँ? बिकॉज क्लिनिक टाइम का वही मेरा एक टाइम होता है. There are sometimes I don't take sessions on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Winters aside, winters में fog है आजकल, हमारी गेम बंद है. Wednesdays and Saturdays को मेरा सेशन कभी नहीं होता, बिकॉज उस दिन मेरी 2 दिन गेम होती है. So it's not that I am, you can say, doing coaching only. Coaching is just 10% of what I am doing. 90% I am still a hardcore practitioner working for 8 to 9 hours in the clinic even today. So have those misconceptions. मैं पैकेजिंग कहाँ से करूँ? एडिटिंग आउटसोर्स नहीं कर सकता, because there is certain content that gets leaked. I still not do it. There are ways, of course, that process is in there. We are very soon gonna have an in-house team of editing as well in the coming year. So that is again one of my medium-term goals, if not long-term. So things will change. Things will be, you can say, packaged better. But yes, the content will still be gold for me. That is what matters. लोग मैंने कितना मेकअप किया वो देखने नहीं आएंगे, मेरी बैकड्रॉप कितनी सुंदर है वो देखने नहीं आएंगे, मेरा कंटेंट सुनने आएंगे. That is what is my aim. Again, I may be wrong, but that is what makes me different and makes me subjective to the opinion that you get it. So I hope you overcome your procrastination to create digital marketing content. But if you you can say don't want to, then it's your choice. I hope it answers your query. So query number 182 from Surat, Gujarat. How to segregate the amount of investment in different areas and what proportion? Still unclear how to segregate it. It is as simple. What is your age? Normal, the all over world, the formula followed is 100 minus your age goes into equity. For Indian conditions, we always say to be on the safer side, do it 80 minus your age. For example, 40 years is your age. For Indian conditions, you put in 40% of your money into equity. दैट इज द गोल्ड स्टैंडर्ड. जो रिमेनिंग है उसको आप डिफरेंशिएट कीजिए. उसमें से 10%, 10 से 15% आप डालेंगे हेज में, गोल्ड में. ठीक है. इमरजेंसी फंड नॉट फ्रॉम दैट, बट उसमें प्रोपोर्शन अगर हर साल आपने टॉप अप करना है 5 से 7%, 5 से 10%, यू कैन डू दैट ऑल्सो. सो 40 और 20 60 आपका गया. जो बचा 40% है उसमें आप डेट और हाइब्रिड में डिवाइड करेंगे इन द प्रोपोर्शन ऑफ, यू कैन से 3:1. 3 पोर्शन जाएंगे आपके डेट में, 1 पोर्शन जाएगा हाइब्रिड में. If you have more money to spare, you can increase the exposure in each of them. So that is the golden proportion to segregate this thing. So if you're doing SIP 5K of SIP and 5K saving for gold, should it be continued in that ways? No. Equity needs to be distributed as per your age. Hedge or gold. Gold is also known as hedge, which balances everything. So hedge needs to be 10 to 15% of your annual gross income, or sorry, annual investable income, whatever you are doing it. उसका 10 से 15%. अगर आप साल का 2 लाख, साल का 1 लाख इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, तो 10 से 15 हजार आपका गोल्ड में जाएगा. 40,000, 40 years of age, 1 लाख इन्वेस्टमेंट, 40,000 will go in equity. 10 से 15 हजार आपका जाएगा in your gold. 5 to 10 अगेन विल गो इनटू योर इमरजेंसी टॉपअप. 60 हो गया. जो 40 बचा उसमें से 30 जाएगा डेट में, और आपका 10,000 जाएगा एनपीएस या हाइब्रिड में. So this is the way you segregate it. That is why it is said that you invest more. 1 lakh per is like 8,000 per month, which is very very low. But yes, for a startup, this is the ideal percentage that is advisable. For people who are in their 40 years of age, I believe they are already close to 10 to 12 years of practice, and they can easily, or they should be easily affording 5 lakhs, 5 lakhs per year, which makes it roughly 40,000, 42,000 per month. You should be affording that. But again, many people don't invest in that manner. They don't think rationally, because जितना आप अपने एज जल्दी वाली एज में डाल सकते हैं ना, प्रॉब्लम ये होती है जब हमारे पास एज होती है, मींस वी आर यंगर, हमारे पास पैसा नहीं होता टू इन्वेस्ट. और जब हमारे पास पैसा आता है तब हमारे पास एज नहीं बचती टू इन्वेस्ट, कि 50-55 पे अब वी आर सेटल्ड नाउ, वी कैन पुट इन, वी कैन से इवन 15 lakhs पर ईयर. बट अब रिटायरमेंट की एज आ गई है, ठीक है, इन्वेस्ट फिर भी करना है, बट देन एट दैट टाइम योर इक्विटी एक्सपोजर डिक्रीजेस. थिंक अबाउट दैट पार्ट. सो इक्वलेंस in gold is not at all advisable. There is a huge difference between them. 3 गुना का फर्क है कम से कम. So think rationally. कल्याण, डोंबिवली, मुंबई, महाराष्ट्र. लॉस ऑफ फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी, हाउ टू डिसाइड चार्जेस. फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी अमंग डेंटिस्ट जो है वो हम लोग 6 साल से कर रहे हैं in these WhatsApp communities, now in the Facebook community since 1.5 year, through my YouTube channel since last 3.5 years. दिसंबर एंड में ना ये कैलकुलेशन करके बड़ा मजा आता है, बिकॉज वी आर ऑल इन दैट सेंस. जनवरी में हमने व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप स्टार्ट किए थे 2018 में, सो टेक्निकली क्लोज टू 6 years. यूट्यूब चैनल जून 2000 में स्टार्ट किया था, सो 3.5 years. फेसबुक ग्रुप जुलाई अगस्त 22 में स्टार्ट किया था, तो 1.5 साल. तो वी आर डूइंग अवर बिट. अब तो इंस्टाग्राम पे भी आई स्टार्टेड सिंस द पास्ट 3 to 4 months. So there are different channels that I use for different purposes. So whichever way you want to, you can go ahead. How to decide charges? You can simply follow my videos. How to set up treatment charges, how to raise treatment charges, उस पर पूरा एक वीडियो जो कोविड 1 में किया था. कोविड 2 में हमने जीपीएम एनपीएम पे किया था, जिसपे आपके हर प्रोसीजर की प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी कैलकुलेट की थी. Both those videos are on YouTube, or of course there are series of videos. Go through them. You will decide आपकी प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी आपको कितनी चाहिए. मिनिमम एनपीएम, नेट प्रॉफिट मार्जिन, आपका होना चाहिए 45 to 50% ऑफ व्हाट यू अर्न. ग्रॉस मार्जिन नहीं देखना. ग्रॉस शुड बी 70 to 75. अगर 45 to 50 आप घर नहीं लेके जा रहे हैं आफ्टर इनडायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस, देन यू आर डूइंग समथिंग रॉन्ग. देन probably you are charging low. So you have to set your charges and do this calculation for all the major procedures once a year. Once a year, depending upon when you purchase. अगर आप बीच बीच में लोकल डीलर से मंगवाते हैं तो डू दैट परचेजिंग, यू कैन से कैलकुलेशन इन जनवरी. जनवरी में ओपीडीज वैसे ही कम हो जाती हैं. कल से हम लोग भी फ्री हैं. लोहड़ी तक यू कैन से वी गॉट अ रेड अलर्ट टुडे. डेंसेस्ट पॉसिबल फॉग एंड यू कैन से कोल्डेस्ट डेज ऑफ द ईयर आर हियर. We expect this. We are having these days from Christmas to Lodi every year. But अब तो रेड अलर्ट अभी वेदर डिपार्टमेंट से भी आ गया है. So that is how things go. But again, अगले कुछ दिन फ्री हैं. अगर आपके भी फ्री हैं तो आप इन दिनों में कैलकुलेशन कीजिए, बिकॉज वी प्लान अ लॉट इन दीज डेज. वी डू यू कैन से प्रॉपर ग्राउंड वर्क फॉर द होल ईयर, अगर पहले नहीं किया होता है तो. नॉर्मली आई डू दिस वर्क इन द लास्ट वीक ऑफ द ईयर. This week is always my me time, but this time I dedicated my this last me time week to all of you guys, whether you were interested in attending these pain point sessions or not. But it was my duty to make you can say make your pain points answerable. But yes, I'm not going to do these pain points in 2024 for sure. The lack of participation really baffles me, and the kind of effort that goes in is mind-boggling. So I'm not going to go do these efforts in 2024 for sure. But you decide on the charges. There is a lot of content in YouTube. Just search it and you will find the answers to it. I hope that answers your query. So query number 184 from New Delhi, India. How to invest my money to grow it? Invest in different sectors: debt, hybrid, hedge, equity, and HESBA. High earning saving bank account, where your emergency money should be parked, where even your normal banking money should be parked. Debt, PPF is the best option. Hybrid, NPS is the best option. Most you can say prudent, you can say retirement solution. Lowest cost mutual fund. equity, stocks and mutual fund, or mutual fund, stocks or mutual fund, or stocks and mutual fund, whichever it is. Hedge in the form of gold, in the form of sovereign gold bonds, nothing else. Nothing else. No digital gold, no ETF. Again, these are purely my opinions. You're free to differ from it. Yes, if you want to know further, there are 4 video series on FIJ. Just search FIJ on my YouTube channel, Financial Investment Journey. 4-part video series. You'll get to know a lot from that series. FIJ. Do search it. And I hope that answers your one-line query. Query number 185 from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. I am unable to decide where to invest more. For example, in equity, mutual funds, or any safer scheme, their overall returns is less. How can I learn about stock market in detail? There are many online resources, but sometimes it becomes difficult whom to trust. Where to find correct information? How should I learn about the company before investing in equity? So the question is, you need to have an equal and a fair distribution. I just answered about equity investment exposure is to be done as per your age. The hedge or the gold exposure is 10 to 15% of your annual, and the top up of 5 to 7%, 5 to 10% with your emergency account each year if you can. And yes, the remaining goes in 3:1 ratio in debt and equity from the total portion that you are investing. So don't go for where to invest more. You have to keep a balanced approach. And of course, if you are young, you can put in more in equity. Anyways, if you're 30 years of age, you can put in 50 to 60% even in your equity portions. Fair enough. Then accordingly, your debt portion will reduce. But as you grow, your liabilities increase, your expenses increase, but most of the time your income also increases. So अगर वो चीजें दोनों parallel होती हैं, then you can go on investing like that also. But it is always wise to keep cutting down on your equity exposure each year. Blocks of 5 year में कर लो कि जो आप 30 पे कर रहे हो आप 35 पे जाके कट मारो, यानी कि 31, 32, 33 पे 1-2% कम करते जाओ. The simple logic is to do it n block 5%. 35 पे जो कर रहे हो 36, 7, 8, 9 तक करो, 40 पे आगे 5% का कट मारो. That is how I have been doing it, and that is what I will advise. If you want to learn stock market in detail, there are so many online resources, there are so many mentors who are teaching it. But I have only one question. If your clinic is not doing well, then only get to the lure of stock market. It's a simple saying, only 5% of people make money in stock market. The rest don't. So don't be lured by that. If you have a decently good practice, focus on increasing your avenues of practice, because stock market और clinic parallel चलता है. बल्कि morning में हम बहुत कम लोग हैं जो 3:30 तक काम करते हैं. stock market 3:30 तक चलती है. And it's like लोग 4 monitor लगा के इकट्ठे उस charts को track करते हैं, and they do it. But if your clinic is doing well, it should give you handsome returns. Stock market की आपको जरूरत नहीं है. Have a disciplined approach which you can track every 3 to 6 months rather than the one which you have to track every day. फिर depression लग, tension लग. It is something which does not work on logic. Stock market works on sentiment. So sometimes there is no logic why it is rising. There is no logic why it is falling. So people work on sentiments. So please understand before venturing into this thing. There are online resources. Zerodha वाले बहुत सारे online course कराते हैं, उनको contact कर लीजिए. There are free courses, paid courses. You can find mentors for everything in today's time. Post COVID तो online बहुत कुछ है. लेकिन again, learn to distinguish between garbage and gold. You need to understand the waste and gold. That is very important. So I hope I answer your query. So query number 186 from Kullu, Himachal Pradesh. Whatever I earn, it always seems less. Whether I am poor in managing or the inflation is too much that I am not aware of everything cost, because my gross income is increasing year by year. So I feel a bit satisfaction also, but situation remains the same. Gross income आपकी बढ़ रही है, बहुत अच्छी बात है बॉस, लेकिन आपकी expenses भी तो बढ़ रही है ना हर साल. अगर आपके expenses बढ़ रहे हैं तो that you need to understand inflation के कारण ही आपके expenses बढ़ रहे हैं. So if don't worry about the gross income, worry about what you are taking home. If your take home is increasing, then you are actually growing. If your take home is same, then जितनी income बढ़ रही है उतना expense बढ़ रहा है, you are actually getting neutral. तब आपकी growth नहीं है. Don't look at the gross income, because that may be a deterrent. कई बार क्या होता है, हमारे charges बढ़े, number of patients आप हमारे उतने ही हैं, तो actually the gross revenue increases. लेकिन अगर आपके इनकम कम हो रही है, चार्जेस और बढ़ गए हैं, तो कम पेशेंट में भी ज्यादा इनकम आ जाएगी. थिंक ऑन दोस ग्राउंड्स. Inflation definitely plays a role in bigger expenses, but do a fair enough calculation. You can say GPM NPM is the best way to calculate your procedural cost. कि आपका अगर प्रोसीजर प्रॉफिटेबल है ना, तो आपका क्लिनिक कभी भी नेगेटिव में जा ही नहीं सकता. All the major procedures, GPM NPM done at least once a year. अगर आपके एक साल में आपके मटेरियल्स की ग्रोथ चेंज नहीं हुई है, लेकिन आपके इनडायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस तो बढ़े हैं ना, तो एनपीएम में तो फर्क पड़ेगा ना। तो अगर ये आप सोचिए कि आपके जीपीए में फर्क नहीं पड़ा, लेकिन आपके एनपीएम में फर्क पड़ रहा है, बिकॉज ऑफ योर इनडायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस, बिकॉज लाइफ टेक्स ओवर, लाइफ में एक्सपेंसेस बढ़ते हैं, डायरेक्ट में बढ़ते हैं, लेकिन इनडायरेक्ट तो श्योरली बढ़ते ही बढ़ते हैं, विच आर नॉट इन योर कंट्रोल. So think about those things. So calculate these things at least once a year. If you are doing these calculation, आपके पास सारा टेबल ऑलरेडी होगा, सिर्फ आपको उसमें से फिगर रिप्लेस करना है और कैलकुलेशन पे आना है. सारा कुछ थोड़ा ना सबसे करना है. So have that sheet saved with you in your computer. फिर उसमें फिगर्स, फाइल को कॉपी करके रीनेम करके 2023 से 24 कर दीजिए, उसमें फिगर चेंज कर दीजिए एंड अराइव एट अ नंबर. आपकी एक्सेल शीट में या आपका मैनुअल शीट में, विच एवर वे यूर डूइंग इट, उसमें अराइव कर लीजिए नंबर पे, एंड यू अंडरस्टैंड विच प्रोसीजर इज नॉट गिविंग यू इनफ प्रॉफिट. नाउ चेंज द चार्जेस ऑफ दैट. और जब मैं चार्जेस रेज करने की बात करता हूं, मैं हमेशा बोलता हूं वो चार्जेस रेज करें जो सर्विसेज आप कर रहे हैं. जो आप नहीं कर रहे हैं, जो 2 महीने में एक डेंचर बना रहे हैं, उसको रेज करके आप क्या ले लेंगे? 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 पर मंथ कितना हुआ? 1,000, 1,500. क्या डिफरेंस पड़ने वाला उससे? हार्डली एनीथिंग टू योर रेवेन्यू. डोंट डोंट डोंट, प्लीज डोंट. I hope that answers your query. Query number 187 from Bhuvaneshwar, Odisha. Not able to save money, whatever the income is. I always reinvest the money in clinic or courses, upgrading instruments. I need to know how we should divide our income. 10% of money should go back in your operational expenses for upgrade for your own self. Not whole of your money. Not whole of your money, for sure. So every staff wants salary hike frequently. If ignore, they leave the clinic. How to increase income? The simple thing is, if your staff is dependent on you for their survival, they will ask for money raise. And it is a annual tradition that annually सबकी सैलरी बढ़ती है. इसका मतलब एनुअल चार्जेस भी बढ़ने चाहिए. If your charges are not increasing annually, then it is your problem. Don't make your problem as your staff's problem. Understand that very very clearly. स्टाफ छोड़े गए ना, अगर उनका खर्चा बढ़ रहा है, अगर आपकी क्लिनिक पे डिपेंड करते हैं वो, दे विल ऑलवेज आस्क फॉर अ रेज. आप नहीं बढ़ा रहे हैं, वो आपकी प्रॉब्लम है. सो थिंक अबाउट इट. सो एन एनुअल रेज इज डिजायर्ड बाय एवरीवन. हर एक को अच्छा लगता है अगर साल के एंड में उनको बोनस मिले या उनकी सैलरी में बढ़ोतरी हो. दैट इज व्हाट वी डू. हाउ टू इंक्रीज इनकम is by having more footfall, having an active pipeline of patients. The best way is to do an active marketing. So I hope that answers your query. Query from Saharanpur, Uttar Pradesh. Mutual funds. Go to my YouTube channel. That is my one word answer, one line answer. So I have 15 short videos, long videos on that, which I did in June 2021. मिनी डे ऑफ एजुकेशन पे मैंने 15 म्यूचुअल फंड के छोटे छोटे वीडियोस बनाए थे. बहुत हैं, लॉन्ग टर्म वीडियोस भी हैं which are divulging that. There are blogs also which have been written by me. Most of the blogs you will find in the group PhD. Search them, learn them, and that is the best way you can get a solution to that. पर कृपया अपना पेन पॉइंट वन लाइनर या वन वर्ड वाला मत डालें. ये आपको हेल्प नहीं करता, हमें भी हेल्प नहीं करता. वी आर क्लूलेस कि व्हाट डज द पार्टिसिपेंट वांट टू आस्क. सो और या उसको अटेंड करें, सेशन आपने अटेंड भी नहीं करना है, तो हाउ कैन वी हेल्प यू एक्चुअली? So I hope you understand and your query is answered. So query from Bana Shankari, Bangalore, Karnataka. Not sure how to invest money in mutual funds despite sir guiding so many times. I only know to earn money by I want to earn money for me. How to maintain and arrive at your balance sheet? Still not able to do despite attending finance workshop. नहीं है तो मैम दोबारा कर लीजिए. That is the only thing I can think of. From your area, I can make out who you are. Of course, I won't be divulging the identity. So, नहीं है तो सीखिए. जब मैं करता हूँ workshop, तो that is why I make sure that every participant learns each and everything. So, there are people who are doing it diligently. There are people who solve it. We have the alumni groups for problems later on. We had been doing quarterly sessions for alumni, you can say, in the past. That is the kind of support I have been offering. But if you don't reach out to me, how can I help you? That is the only thing. But you need to know, जहां पे आपका एप्टीट्यूड नहीं है, सीखने के बाद भी आप नहीं सीख पा रहे हैं, it's fair. That's okay. The only thing is, please then shift the same to a financial advisor who can handle your finances better than you. Now you at least have the basic knowledge to track. You can't, many of us don't have the aptitude also, although we want to, but we don't have the aptitude. That's fair enough. If you don't have the aptitude, you can still delegate it to someone more able. You should have the knowledge to track, not do everything by yourself. So if you can say you want to jump on, I'm doing a finance workshop again. So you being the alumni will have that one-time offer available this time, which won't be available the next time for sure. So query number 190 from Nazareth to Kuddi, Tamil Nadu. So being single mother for a daughter with one dependent parent, it's really difficult in all ways. I think to achieve and conquer more, sometimes it is very difficult to choose between daughter school expense, medical and clinical or household. Sometimes emotional turmoil is too much. When it is listening to sir's lecture or video, it seems I have understood, but when working out the next day in my clinic, it is too hard. I can understand, I can empathize with you. It is difficult for you being a single mother and having a dependent parent on you, two people who are dependent on you. It is a very difficult scenario. I understand there will be turmoil when you have to, you can say, sacrifice your own personal needs and wants for your parents or one of your parents and your daughter, of course, and personal expenses take a backseat in that regard. But yes, if you are my alumni, if you are there, we have WhatsApp groups for support only. Please post your problem. Please, if you are there in the alumni groups, you have done my annual workshop, please post your problem there. We have opened up the support channels for you. If you are not forthcoming, how can we help you? We're all there to support you in whatever way to I can. I sometimes I'm not able to give that much amount of time, so that is why I have able deputies in Rajat and Raghu who can guide you. Of course, if something is out of their can say range, they sometimes forward it to me that please you address this query. Although I do address all the queries which are there to whatever best possible limit I get it. So please don't feel shy in getting back to us. Learning is sharing and caring only. So whatever we know, we are sharing with you openly. There are no qualms ki nahi ye to main paid mein bataunga. So there are certain things that I am telling. Whatever, so there are certain things which I am telling in these pain point sessions, which I tell in my paid workshops. But I don't make a distinguishing in between कि नहीं ये जो मैं वहां बताया था ये मैं वहां बताऊंगा. When it comes to answering the queries, I'm openly unabashed. It has to be answered in a way where I feel that yes, certain things should not be missed out. So think on those grounds, and I hope that answers your query and your emotional turmoil. So 191 from Delhi, India. Fear of finances, how to manage money in savings, fear of losing money to scam. Yes, it is a strange world that we are living in. We have to be fearful of certain things. But yes, finances should not be feared for. They have to be, you can say, reared for, I would say. You have to manage money because you need to understand that आपको पेंशन नहीं मिलने वाली. आपको अपना खुद से इंतजाम करना होगा रिटायरमेंट के लिए. Nobody of us has, unless you have an ancestral income flowing in, फिर आप जो मर्जी कीजिए, अपने पैसे को आग लगाइए. I don't bother. But if you are like me who don't have an ancestral income and you have to plan for yourself, please do not ignore the financials of your practice, because these are the ones which are going to be beneficial for you. And I hope with the knowledge we are offering in the groups, we're trying to empower you for various scams as well, and that is giving you enough knowledge. So be more participative in the WhatsApp community. Although I know that we all are, you can say, spoiled for choices. Sometimes people, when they leave WhatsApp group, it is my, you can say, staff's duty that they send a message once. You have left the groups by choice. Never mind. All the best. And then the participants reply back, no, I'm not gaining much. I can't devote attention. I can't do this thing. I left by mistake or whatever. If they leave by mistake, we re-add them. But if they don't, we simply, my front desk team has a pre-made message already, which we sent that I am from Dr. Bhavdeep Ahuja's front desk team. And it is our duty as guided by sir to, you can say, tell the participant once that they have left the group intentionally or unintentionally. If it is intentional, we respect your decision. But if it is unintentional, it is our duty to inform you कि आप इस group से निकल गए हैं. So that is the kind of support we offer. So if people say नहीं मेरा group बहुत time ले रहा है मेरा, so that is how I realize, वो मैंने बोला था ना, garbage and gold, वो distinguish कि लोगों को सही और गलत की पहचान भूल गई है कि what we are offering free of cost since 6 years in these communities, people still believe we sell. I don't even promote my own workshops in my groups. So again, मैं नहीं कहूँगा मैं बहुत महान आत्मा हूँ, but the only thing is I need to understand that education, when it goes, it should be purely unadulterated. Commercial work हम सबको करने का हक है, लेकिन education marketing is something which we believe that actually empowers all of us as individuals, because nobody is teaching these things in India. I'm the first one to teach all these things free of cost to Indian dentists, or in many cases even Indian doctors as well. So I don't want to be called a pioneer for that, but what I mean to say is that I really would appreciate if you are more participative enough in such kind of situations. So I hope this answers your query. Query number 192 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. Investing your money is the biggest pain point. Where to invest and how to invest is a big challenge. Understanding taxation is also a big pain point, as we dentists read and know very little about it. Please come to my workshop next month. Not selling you, making you aware. If you don't want to, then the WhatsApp community is for you. Then the YouTube groups are up for you. Facebook PhD groups are for you. Instagram now is for you. Keep learning from there. And yes, it will be a trial and error game, but a guided learning, guided mentored approach can be better for you. Investing your money will be a pain point. Where to invest? You have to invest in all different heads. You have to invest in debt. You have to invest in hybrid. You have to invest in hedge or gold. You have to invest in equity, mutual funds, and or stocks. You have to invest in emergency fund top up in the form of HESBA, high earning savings bank account. So these are the few heads that you have to do. Taxation is something that you need to learn. You don't need to learn or need to say verbally learn. It is a hands-on thing. आप taxation को हाथ से करते हैं कि tax slab कैसे calculate करते हैं, because it is a little complex for a newcomer, especially for people like us who left maths in 10+1 because we hated it. So I am an exception because I was a maths lover and a maths topper in my 10th board exams. So I was somehow forced into this profession by my dad. So I made this profession my own and came back to where I love. So I'm doing dentistry also, doing finance also. So if you love something, you'll figure out a way to reach out to it. That is the way how I see it. So if you understand tax, don't understand taxation, learn it. Make that as a learning goal. 2024 is coming. Make that as a learning goal for 2024. Otherwise, 2025 में भी हम लोग यही सपना लेके बैठे होंगे. I hope that answers your query. Query number 193 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. Again, patients don't get converted, goes to other dentist after explaining treatment option, doesn't pay much. सब fault patient में नहीं है boss, आप में भी कुछ fault है. Patient doesn't get converted, शायद आपकी selling skills अच्छी नहीं है, शायद आपकी communication skills अच्छी नहीं है. Goes to other dentist, maybe they don't see the value कि clinic शाबी है, उतना अच्छा नहीं है, डॉक्टर को बात करने का नहीं है, डॉक्टर मेरे को कन्वे नहीं कर पाया, डॉक्टर मेरे को समझा नहीं पाया अच्छे से, doctor could not address my pain point correctly. Now I am answering these pain points. There will be many of you, not some of you, many of you who will feel नहीं मेरे पेन पॉइंट को उतना अच्छा आंसर नहीं दिया. Fine, I take it on my chin. I accept that. That's absolutely okay. So patient में सब fault नहीं होते. Does not pay much because they don't see value in you. They don't see value in your treatment. So maybe you need some upgrade. Maybe you need some upgrade in yourself. Maybe you need upgrade in your selling skills. Maybe you need an upgrade in communication skills. The good thing is every and each of these skills is learnable skill. So make sure that you learn these things. Take that as a learning goal. Whatever you don't know, identify. नहीं करेंगे तो फिर fault कैसे ठीक होएगी, ये भी देखो आप. I hope that answers your query. 194 from Bengaluru, Karnataka. Clinics don't have a fixed income every month. So how to invest in SIPs? So any alternate method to investing lump sum amount? Yes, when the market corrects itself 10 to 15%, you can always put in lump sum. But yes, it is not that you need to draw down. You need to have a certain, you can say, a portion from where you keep on investing. आप हर मंथ की इनकम से थोड़ा ना इन्वेस्ट करते हैं. आपके पास कुछ ना कुछ कॉर्पस तो रखा होता है ना, आपके पास बैंक में 2000 5 7 लाख रखा होता है ना, आपकी सिप उसमें से जाती है. एंड डिपेंडिंग अपॉन योर इनकम कि हाँ मेरा 1 लाख का सेविंग है, मेरा इन्वेस्टमेंट का बजट है लेट्स से 20,000 पर मंथ, तो मैं 2 सिप्स लगाऊंगा 5-5 हजार की, बाकी का पोर्शन मेरा कुछ डेट में जाएगा, कुछ हाइब्रिड में जाएगा, कुछ गोल्ड में जाएगा, उसके अलग से रखूंगा. सो आप एक मंथली एवरेज तो है ना आपके पास, या ईयरली एवरेज तो है ना कि मेरा 12 लाख साल का रेवेन्यू है, 1 लाख पर मंथ, उसमें से 20,000 में इन्वेस्ट कर रहा हूं. सो टेक्निकली 20 इंटू 12 इज 2,40,000 आप सेपरेट रखेंगे, जिसमें से आपके 1,20,000 की सिप जाएगी. दिस इज द वे यू इन्वेस्ट. ये थोड़ा ना होता कि इसमें पैसे आएंगे तो हमारी सिप जाएगी. इफ यू आर डूइंग दैट, दैट इज अ रॉन्ग वे ऑफ डूइंग इट. डोंट डू दैट. सो दिस इज द वे. यस, you save some additional money, and when the market corrects itself, which it will do after a period of time, that is the time when you put in lump sum as well. So I hope that answers your query. Query number 195 from Surendranagar, Gujarat. Don't have cash black to pay for property purchase. Wow. Have sufficient check amount. और क्या चाहिए? Patients are in sufficient quantity and are coming from generations. बहुत देर बाद कोई अच्छा पेन पॉइंट आया. In fact, it is not a pain point also. It is a wish point, I would say. So my father was also dentist, and clinic was established in 1969. So half of the patients are second or third generation of family, but not able to convince for big ticket treatments. Somehow, somewhere, the generational dentists face this challenge, that they have this problem that many times you can say people can trust you for routine treatment. For bigger treatments, you have to set up your own niche. That means your father may not be having your website, you set up a website, you set your validation points, you have a, you can say ready and steady flowing income, so ready and steady flow of patients or pipeline of patients. उनमें से आपको अच्छी ट्रीटमेंट के लिए कन्वर्ट करना है. सो आपको सिर्फ ये करना है कि आपका मार्केटिंग पार्ट इज ऑलरेडी सॉर्टेड. बीइंग अ जनरेशनल डेंटिस्ट, आपको सिर्फ आपके वैलिडेशन पॉइंट्स ऑनलाइन सेटल करने हैं. आपको आपके डॉक्यूमेंटेशन ऑफ केसेस करना है, एंड यू हैव टू प्रोजेक्ट दैट टू योर पेशेंट्स where you are planning to sell big ticket. And once you do that, they will be the ones who will say yes, इसके फादर भी इतने अच्छे डेंटिस्ट थे, नाउ ही इज द डेंटिस्ट ऑफ दिस जनरेशन एंड ही हैज अपग्रेडेड हिमसेल्फ. ये तो सारी लेटेस्ट टेक्निक्स कर रहे हैं. अदरवाइज दे हैव दैट माइंडसेट, वो पुराना डेंटिस्ट अभी भी पुरानी टेक्निक से काम करते हैं, जैसे पापा जी बताते थे वैसे ही करते हैं. सो दे माइट हैव दिस नोशन. इट्स टाइम टू रिवर्स दिस नोशंस बाय डॉक्यूमेंटिंग and putting you up online and following the new age methods. Little upgrade in your practice, of course. Many times many of us feel this pinch also. I had a colleague who had this problem कि उसके father उसको upgrade भी नहीं करने देते थे. The clinic was in residence only. So first floor पे residence था, ground floor पे clinic था. तो he is like, मेरे को एक OPG machine भी खरीदनी है तो मेरे को father से permission लेनी पड़ती है. I can't do that. Should I take it on loan? Otherwise हमारे पास बहुत पैसा है. He used to say it. पर ओपीजी मशीन खरीदने के लिए मुझे पापा जी से परमिशन लेनी पड़ती है. एंड पापा जी से, मैंने इतने साल काम कर लिया, तुम्हें क्या जरूरत है खरीदने की. सो एज अ जनरेशनल डेंटिस्ट यू विल फेस दिस चैलेंज. दिस इज एब्सोल्युटली नॉर्मल. इज एब्सोल्युटली नॉर्मल. द ओनली थिंग इज द डे यू स्टार्ट कन्विंसिंग दीज थिंग्स, योर पेरेंट्स सी दैट. देखो, हर माँ बाप को अपने बच्चे का पता होता है. I'll just tell you a very short story. Between me and my brother, we are two brothers only. My brother is 5 years younger to me. He's also a dentist. तो मेरे को हमेशा बचपन से लगता था छोटे को ज्यादा प्यार करते हैं. इनफैक्ट छोटे को भी लगता होगा कि बड़े को ज्यादा प्यार करते हैं. सो दैट इज अ फेयर इनफ कॉल. सो मेरे को हमेशा लगता था छोटे को प्यार करते हैं, हमेशा उसको प्रोटेक्टिव बना के रखते हैं. मेरे को तो कोई देखता नहीं, मेरे को तो लगता है मैं कूड़े का बच्चा हूँ. सो माई एल्डर डॉटर ऑल्सो यूजेस दीज वर्ड्स कि मेरे को लगता है मैं भी कूड़े का बच्चा हूँ. So every elder parents has this kind of a scenario. Elder son or daughter has this scenario. So as I grew up, I saw this gap widening कि छोटे को और पैम्पर किया जा रहा है. उसने बीडीएस भी घर रह के की because he got selected in CDC. CDC is Christian Dental College, CMC का dental wing. So CMC Vellore and CMC Ludhiana. So he did his BDS from here only. Then he joined Army in short service. So बट देन बाय दैट टाइम यू कैन से हम लोग ना इन चीजों से इम्यून हो जाते हैं कि जिसको मर्जी प्यार करो. पेरेंट्स रहते तो मेरे साथ ही है ना. अब वो तो आर्मी में चला गया, अब नाउ इज इनटू एयरफोर्स. तो वो तो एयरफोर्स में है, तो उसको क्या है, पेरेंट्स मेरे साथ रहते हैं टिल माय डैड्स डेथ. ही वाज विद अस ओनली. My mother lives with us only. So then my father said a very you can say very unique thing to me 3 months before his death. I still remember those words. March 2019. June 30th he expired. So he said these words to me. See, तेरे को बचपन से बहुत कुछ लगता होगा, लेकिन कि उसको ऐसे करते हैं, उसको वैसे करते हैं. एंड आई वॉज नेवर वोकल अबाउट इट. माई एल्डर डॉटर स्टिल सेज इट कि मैं कूड़े का बच्चा. आई वॉज हार्डली वंस और ट्वाइस वोकल अबाउट इट. उसी को प्यार करो. एंड माई यंगर ऑल्सो सेज दीज डेज, उसी को प्यार करो, लाइक दैट अप्रोच. सो आई नेवर सेड दिस. आई वॉज वेरी वोकल बीइंग एन इंट्रोवर्ट. सो माई डैड सेड बचपन से तेरे को लगता होगा ऐसे करते होंगे. सो मैं तेरे को आज एक बात बताना चाहता हूँ कि वी ऑलवेज होल्ड यू इन वेरी हाई एस्टीम. हम लोगों को शुरू से ही पता लग गया था, होनहार बिरवान के चिकने बाल, कि तुम कितने कैपेबल हो. वो थोड़ा कमजोर है, वो थोड़ा सा इनकेपेबल है. आई एम नॉट सेइंग इन रॉन्ग वे. मेरा भाई देखेगा तो मेरे को पीटेगा. तो वो थोड़ा सा कंपैरेटिवली ही कांट हैंडल हिमसेल्फ दैट यू कैन से स्ट्रांगली एज यू आर एबल टू हैंडल योरसेल्फ. सो इफ आई एम नॉट देयर टुमारो, my father predicted this thing. If I'm not here tomorrow, you are the one who is supposed to take care of your younger sibling, because he still can't make his active decisions by himself. So make sure that you do that. because you are capable of doing that. So sometimes parents know that. So you don't have to prove your worth. Linking back to your story, sometimes you don't have to prove your worth. Sometimes these things will come to you naturally also. So I know that these things are painful sometimes when we need to ask for small permissions for small procedures. वो एनिमल मूवी में डायलॉग था ना, मैं बैठा था, मेरे से पूछा क्यों नहीं पापा, ऐसे 100 फैसले और करूंगा, हर चीज के लिए पूछता थोड़ा रहूंगा. When Ranbir Kapoor comes back after a, can say, gunshot injury to Anil Kapoor, if some of you have seen Animal. So again, these things are, you can say, as you grow in life, you learn to handle these things. And when parents see that you're capable of handling that clinic, they're good to pass on the legacy. But yes, some parents, with due respect, are clingy. They don't want to lose control. They don't want to lose the, you can say, they won't want to handle over their legacy that easily. So there might you face a problem, but yes, if you are having that much amount, set up your validation points which are there, and of course you can be more convincing to your patient कि बेटा तो बाप से भी ज्यादा अच्छा है in terms of parent satisfaction, or in terms of upgrade, or in terms of giving us good results. So all the best to you, and I'm glad that you posted your wish point rather than a pain point here. Thank you so much. So query number 196 from Nagpur, Maharashtra. Financially, when we will be independent means whenever we thought X amount is enough, the cost goes above we estimated. Uh, Retirement, what is the best solution? So of course, कोई भी टाइम ना सही टाइम नहीं होता है जब हम सोचते हैं कि 10 लाख में प्रॉपर्टी मिल रही है, हमारे पास 5 है, 5 शॉर्ट है, ठीक है, हम 10 इकट्ठा कर लेते हैं, नाउ द प्रॉपर्टी इज 15 to 20 lakhs. वो हमेशा कुछ चीजें हमारी रीच से बाहर जाती रहेंगी. सो वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट we still need to have a dedicated approach towards our investments. And if you don't have a dedicated approach towards your investments, the things will continue to go out of reach. It is all about, you can say, life is never stable and stagnant. It keeps flowing. So go with the flow. It does not mean that you always have a remote control in your hand. The only thing is you keep on progressing, keep on investing. For retirement, the best solution is a combination of debt in the form of PPF, hybrid in the form of NPS, and SGB as gold. I don't consider in this. Equity in the form of mutual funds. So these three are deadly combinations. इन तीनों से मिला के आज के डेट में अगर आपके पास 4 से 5 करोड़ है and you are about 50 years of age, please feel free to retire. That is the best advice. हाँ, बच्चे सेटल हो जाने चाहिए. सेटल इन द सेंस की बच्चों की एजुकेशन हो जाए. शादी होए नहीं होए वो सेकेंडरी क्वेश्चन है बात का. सो नॉर्थ इंडियंस आर, कैन से, फॉन्ड ऑफ स्पेंडिंग अ बॉम्ब ऑन देयर वेडिंग्स. सो बच्चे एजुकेटेड हो गए हैं, आप 50 प्लस है, इतना कॉर्पस है, इन तीनों इन्वेस्टमेंट्स में है, you are sorted for the next 25 to 30 years. That is what I believe. So query number 197 from Hyderabad, Telangana. I am a single mother of twin daughters. I am trying to adjust the finances of running home clinic and their education with non-steady income. I understand that our profession has ups and downs, but looking for valuable suggestions from sir. I'm an extreme introvert and feel very bad opening about my situation. So looking forward that my confidentiality will be maintained. Other than your city, we have not disclosed anything. We promised that names would be kept anonymous. We would not be doing that. My clinic rent is 35,000. Shall I look for a place with less rent in the surroundings? If your clinic is giving you steady returns in that, then surely you need to, you can say, continue with it. Increase your avenues or sources of income by active marketing if you can make your that. But you already mentioned it is a non-steady income. You don't want to risk it. So if you have a buffer, you can say, income where you can support your family for some time without income, then you can take the risk. But otherwise, you can say request your landlord to, you can say, keep it somewhat stable so that you can find avenues and thereby you can have at least some way going into your practice. If you're paying 35,000 rent, I believe your setup would be reasonably good sized. So if you're having that, please go ahead and you can say continue with the same, but increase your avenues of income. But if you don't have a backup in the form of you can say buffer amount which can do it, then don't go in for risk taking. Don't go look out for changing place. In a city like Hyderabad, if you have to shift to a tier B or tier 3 area, then only you will get a rent at a lesser value, maybe 15,000 or 18,000. So it is kind of a metro only. So then, of course, if you go in that area, you will face new problems of starting afresh, starting again, and then all the problems of bargaining, footfall, setting up the systems. And here you have a settled practice. So think before you make such a leap. The alternative, as I told you, you can request your landlord, because of your situation, he can keep the rent steady and not be increasing it every year for you. I hope that answers your query. So query from Jamnipalli, Korba, Chhattisgarh, 198. In spite of increasing revenue, I'm not able to generate profit. Want to give quality time to my patient, but not paid that much. I don't understand where am I go wrong. Am I charging more? How to decide target patient when I'm having mixed patients here? So the simple reason is, the simple way is, calculate those 20% of patients who are giving you 80% revenue. Those are your primary target group. So where you are getting the maximum 80% of revenue from those 20% patients, they are your primary target group, and do it for a period of the past 6 to 8 to 12 months. And then you arrive at a number that these are my target group of patients, and then start targeting them. Start targeting them through active marketing or through a laser focused approach of marketing. If you don't know about these things, just define your audience and outsource it to a marketing agency with a limited budget in the beginning. That is the way. Of course, you have to do your organic presence yourself. वो agency नहीं करके देगी, करेंगे तो monitor that, because उनका content बनाने का ideas are total shitty. I would say they don't make good content. You have to monitor them, what they create in your practice for educating the audience. So did course, but then I'm unable to buy the things they have taught even after 6 months now. कोर्स करने के बाद चीजें खरीदना जरूरी नहीं होता है. इंपॉर्टेंट ये होता है कि पहले आपने कोर्स किया बिकॉज यू वांटेड टू इंक्रीज द ओपीडी, और यू वांटेड टू, यू कैन से यू हैड दैट लव फॉर दैट सब्जेक्ट. आपके पास उस चीज के पेशेंट्स थे कि नहीं. अगर आपके पेशेंट्स थे या नहीं थे, आपने उसको क्या एफर्ट लिया टू मार्केट दैट. फॉर एग्जांपल एन इम्प्लांट कोर्स, हम लोग इम्प्लांट कोर्स कर देते हैं, बोलते हैं कि kit खरीदे ना खरीदे. Usually companies will give you a physio dispenser and a kit for rent also. For, you can say, for starting support, they will give you a few things. You just have to buy the implant. So अगर आपके पास cases नहीं है, आप उस तरह नहीं है, तो you can start with that approach where the company supports you. And if they are not supportive at all, then maybe then you need to buy. But you need to have a plan in the mind कि आपके पास इम्प्लांट की क्वेरीज कितनी है. हाउ यू प्लान टू एजुकेट योर टारगेट ऑडियंस. इसमें फिर आपका ऑर्गेनिक बेस जरूरी है. You do education marketing, you keep on addressing the same to your public, and you keep on, you can say, pitching the same to your target audience as well after defining who your audience is. So I hope you understand this point. How to upgrade myself, how to learn with the financial issue I am facing. So the upgrade is, when you need to upgrade, you need to have a plan A and a B ready for how you plan to market those services which you have newly learned, or which you want to settle in your practice. Because unless or until you understand to, you can say, have a return over investment potential of it, you will not be able to, you can say, catch hold of the investments. So number 3, have to pay EMI for loan I took to start clinic practice in a rental place. After 2.5 years of practice, I'm not sure where I'm getting. I want to strengthen my finance and knowledge, how to better myself. Learn. Don't invest in these things. Financial knowledge हर एक को चाहिए इंडिया में. For practice management, my goal is that every Indian dentist should be you can say, should be profitable. For finance, my goal is financial literacy for every dentist in India. So I'm doing my bit through my YouTube channel, through Instagram, through Facebook groups, through my YouTube, through my, you can say, WhatsApp community. We are spreading the knowledge in whatever way we can from our limited time schedules. But we are still doing that. If you still want to learn more, we are doing paid workshops also, apart from this free stuff. So wherever you feel, me, anyone else mentor, you want to learn, but please learn. ये नहीं कि मेरे से सीखना, किसी और से सीख लो, but सीखो जरूर. Don't miss out on these things. So I hope this answers your query. So query number 199 from Mumbai, Maharashtra. Number of years to complete BDS and MDS is too long. Mumbai clinic rent and later real estate rate eats up everything. Would have semi-retired if not for Mumbai real estate rates. Worked Sunday also till 2018. Can't take a Saturday off and other holidays like other normal individuals. Have to be present at clinic when other people retire at home. Have to take afternoon break instead of one long session like 9 to 5 jobs. RCT cost negligible compared to implants, not scalable and not ready to keep associate. So lose patients since unable to accommodate patients. Don't give warranty on caps, so lose patients. Never taken a vacation. Longest was 7 days for my own wedding. Wow. Can't afford to buy home in Mumbai. Can't buy bigger clinic in Mumbai. Will not be able to achieve financial independence and early retirement due to property rates. With both husband and wife dentists, taking leave is difficult since no fixed income. Don't have time to do anything due to clinic, but thankful to God that 80% genuinely good patients are coming. Started investing late, cannot shift city since practices depend on the I am in. Okay. So find out difficult to grow other than increasing rates. Same point as not scalable. So that is quite a list of things. अब BDS MDS का टाइम तो बॉस मैं रिड्यूस नहीं कर सकता हूँ ना, मुंबई की ना प्रॉपर्टी और एस्टेट के रेट्स यूज कर सकता हूँ. बट यस, इफ यू हैव बीन वर्किंग and you are not taking a Saturday off, that means you or clinic is totally dependent on you. You have to make and understand that team building is the first step towards making yourself independent. Your clinic has to grow without you being an active part of that. So you don't need to be present every day in clinic. There will be days when you don't wake up well, you have an headache, but आपकी मजबूरी है, बहुत अच्छा केस लाइन अप है, आपको जाना ही पड़ेगा. That is where the importance of team building comes in and important. अब afternoon session में break है, that is the way people work. So RCT cost is negligible. Who tells you to do that? There are people in Mumbai, you can say Dr. Nish Navre 15, 20, 25,000 तक रूट कनाल का लेते हैं. Dr. Ajay Bajaj, who charge really well. So it's not that you have to, you can say, think about charging it. If you're doing that, you can do that. It is scalable provided you learn to delegate. It is scalable for sure. So if you're not going on vacation again because the clinic is dependent on you, because you don't have a backup, you don't have a team. So Mumbai में घर खरीदना, clinic खरीदना is of course a difficult and a big choice. But yes, अगर प्रॉपर्टी रेट के कारण फायर नहीं अचीव करते हो तो प्रॉपर्टी आप फायर से ऐड क्यों कर रहे हो? आप add equity, add debt, add hybrid, add hedge, add your HESBA, add your other bases which are important in that. Why do you even think of that? So of course, if you have a team at your back end, then husband wife दोनों डेंटिस्ट हो या कोई और भी डेंटिस्ट हो, तो you can say कल को आपके बच्चे भी डेंटिस्ट हो, तो this thing will lead. Starting investing late is not the question. Consistently being disciplined is the important thing to remember. So don't need to see, you can say, shift your city because you're really doing well. So why do you even need to bother about these things is my question. So I hope that answers your query. So query number 200, double century from Pune, Maharashtra. How to segregate consultation income and clinic income and expenses? Should they be from separate accounts or just a separate balance sheet is sufficient? Primary purposes is no and prioritize more on the high earning area. That is why I say learn taxation properly, learn balance sheet properly, learn finances properly. So consultation income or clinic income can be in the same balance sheet. You don't need to, because all of them are your freelancer income. You are only earning out of it. Freelancing is not a job. You can add that in your clinic income as well. There are expenses involved in that. That is not your salary as well. So freelancing income also falls in the ITR 4 or presumptive income setup. You don't need a separate balance sheet for consultation income. तो उसके लिए पैन नंबर भी अलग चाहिए होता है ना, दो रिटर्न थोड़ा फाइल करोगे, एक ही करोगे फाइल. सो यू हैव टू क्लब ऑल योर इनकम्स अंडर वन and make your, you can say, balance sheet as per that and calculate your taxation based on after deductions whatever you are claiming on that. So if your, you can say, weak point is not learn where the high earning areas are, then learn practice management also, learn stages of, you can say, skill development also, learn your communication skills also, selling skills also, learn to, you can say, master a few, you can say, domain skills also. So there is no dearth of people offering the knowledge, but definitely you need to understand that somehow, somewhere, you are not making the right kind of choices. So if that is the case, I urge you to go in with that direction. So query number 201 from Pune, Maharashtra. Last 10 queries: less understanding, less confidence, less reading. So if you're not understanding properly, if you're not having confidence, not reading properly, then develop that confidence, develop that understanding. You can say redo, unlearn, then learn. That is the only way. So if you still can't do it, then the best way is to delegate that. Do the tasks which you are confident of. Don't delve in those tasks which you are not confident of. Give it a fair and square try once, twice, thrice. कोई बात नहीं, कुछ भी चीज छोड़ने से पहले कम से कम 3 बार ट्राई करना जरूरी है. If you tried 3 times and still fail at it, you're not meant for it. It's absolutely okay. You can't do everything. So delegate that stuff and do the things that you are master at. There will not be any individual on this planet who will say कि मेरे को तो जिंदगी में कुछ नहीं आता है. There will be people who will be master in something or the other. That is what you need to learn. So query number 202 from Vadodara, Gujarat. converting patients. My clinic is in such area that I can't charge more, but still I'm using best of the stuff in my practice, so I cannot convert them. I'm not ready to compromise on my quality of work and want more patients to appreciate my work acquiring specialized equipment. So if you're using good quality products, it is your duty to reach out to your public, educating them that what is the difference between a good material, what is the difference between quality stuff. You need to educating them without backbiting your colleagues. So I don't want you to compromise on your quality, but charge appropriately. You should have a decent GPM and an NPM flowing into your practice, so that at the end of the day you can say not only job satisfaction which you are having through quality work, you should also have jab satisfaction. You need both things in your life. सिर्फ जॉब सेटिस्फैक्शन से पेट नहीं भरता है, जेब सेटिस्फैक्शन से पेट भरता है. Having said that, सिर्फ जेब सेटिस्फैक्शन हो, जॉब सेटिस्फैक्शन ना हो, you will sooner burn out. Money starts being less lucrative to you in that regard. So acquiring specialized equipment, make a purchase only when you have patience for that. Number one. Number two, make a purchase for that if you have a return over investment potential for that. So number three, you also need to have a plan of if you are investing, how will you market those services to your prospective audience. So I hope that answers your query. Query number 203 from Jaipur Rajasthan: how to increase number of patients through active marketing. Management of staff from clinic and lab point of view. You can say in 4 terms: career growth, monetary growth, work-life balance, and respect and care. Don't abuse them, don't hurt them, give them an annual raise. That is the best way. And of course, keep on upskilling them. Identifying loyal and non-loyal staff. So see, if the staff is incapable, that is a operational incapacity that can be improved via upskilling. But हम लोग बोलते हैं ना, हायरिंग करनी है तो आस्क बेस करनी है, एटीट्यूड, स्किल एंड नॉलेज. तो अगर स्किल एंड नॉलेज को तो अपग्रेड कर सकते हो ना, इट इज लाइक अ कैन से कॉम्पिटेंसी आइसबर्ग अबव द सी लाइन, एटीट्यूड इज बिलो. स्किल, ट्रेट एंड मोटिव जो होता है वो एटीट्यूड का पार्ट होता है. सो अगर somebody has a bad attitude, उसको आप कैसे चेंज करेंगे? That is for you to understand. So if you are not understanding that, for me, if the staff is dishonest, cheating, you can say manipulative, those are non-negotiable things. लोग बोलते हैं इंसान ही है, इंसान से गलती होती है. See, I am not running a rehabilitation center for criminals. It's as simple. Dishonesty, cheating, manipulating, theft, these are non-negotiable tasks for me. And the staff needs to be shown the door. But if the staff is incapable, that is an operational incapability that can be improved by upskilling. So don't treat their incapability in work. Some people are slow learners. So they might be honest and loyal to you still. उनकी स्किल इंप्रूव करने पे ध्यान दीजिए. अगर वो ईमानदार हैं, लॉयल हैं. अगर वो डिसऑनेस्ट है, काम जितना मर्जी अच्छा करते हो, नॉन नेगोशिएबल. Don't run a rehab for criminals. That is what I will advise you. I hope that answers your query. 204 from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. My pain points are patients' expectations, especially with crown bridge implants and ortho patients. They expect crown to remain for 10-15 years. Even if crown comes after 5 years, they say, abhi to banwaya. Same with implants and ortho patients. They are not able to understand difference between complications and negligence. And any complication or negligence, whatever happens in future, this expect has to be done in free by doctor only, which has demoralized me in some cases that I don't even try to convert those patients into treatment. आपकी प्रॉब्लम्स का एक सिंपल और सस्ता टिकाऊ इलाज है कंसेंट फॉर्म, कस्टमाइज्ड इन्फॉर्म्ड कंसेंट फॉर्म, CIC फॉर्म. लर्न टू मेक इट. आपकी ये सारी प्रॉब्लम्स, कॉम्प्लिकेशन, नेग्लिजेंस, क्राउन की लाइफ, पेमेंट, क्या लायबिलिटी है, क्या टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस है, एवरीथिंग इज कवर्ड इन दैट. रीचार्जिंग, रीसीमेंटेशन, सब कुछ कंसेंट में इजीली कवर हो जाता है. The only thing is you need to learn it. So that is the only thing I can say. अब मैं consent form detailing तो करने नहीं लगा यहाँ पे, but I can tell you this is the only solution that you need. Another pain point is my or our lifestyle. Personal expenses are increased to such an extent that you can't reduce it by any means, and source of income is more or less same. So actual saving at the end of the year remains the same, no matter how much have you earned. I'm sometimes confused that I'm spending more or am I earning less. You are not leading a frugal life. You are leading a king-sized lifestyle. Nothing wrong in that if you can afford it, because every individual is different, and they would not be expected to shoulder the same, you can say, kind of lifestyle. Nobody can be frugal, but remember, frugality and कंजूसी में फर्क होता है. Then lavish spending और useless spending में भी फर्क होता है. So if you learn to distinguish between these things, for sure यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कि फ्यूचर के लिए सेव करना सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी है. जब आपके ना हाथ चलेंगे, ना गोडे चलेंगे, ना पैर चलेंगे, तो यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट somehow somewhere these things will be needed. So if you are not investing in that, then you need to learn about it. So I am enjoying all facilities, so I have to satisfy with this much savings only. How to convince myself that saving is more important than spending. You can say you, आप उस योलो फिलॉसफी से जी रहे हैं ना, यू ओनली लिव वंस. मैं योलो वाला को बोलता हूँ, यागो भी आएगा, सैंक भी आएगा. सैंक का मतलब यागो का मतलब था यू ऑल्सो ग्रो ओल्ड एंड सिनाइल एज इज नेवर काइंड. सो योलो वालो, यागो भी आएगा, सैंक भी आएगा. रिमेंबर दैट. सो अनलेस यू कैन से मेंटली कंडीशन योरसेल्फ टू यागो एंड सैंक, you will continue to live in YOLO. Don't convince yourself otherwise. That saving is more important than spending or uselessly splurging over the things that you don't need. The ideal way is to budget those things, have those things written up, and assess and analyze where are you making an over purchase, which expense you could have curtailed. This was an unnecessary thing. ठीक है, हम लोग फील करते हैं यार, कमाते हैं तो एंजॉय करना चाहिए. हर रोज, हर मंथ, same enjoyment, vacation, luxury spending is not frugality. And being frugal is very important to lead a peaceful life in your golden years. बाद में बोलोगे उस वक्त किसी ने बताया नहीं हमें कि सेविंग भी करनी जरूरी थी, और जब मैं बता रहा हूं आप सुन नहीं रहे हो. So you know the answer whom to give. I hope that answers your query. 205 from Dharangadhra, Gujarat. Again, this is a new city for me. So the price comparison and unawareness for dental treatment plan in local dentists. Forward them my YouTube videos. Do them a favor. कुल्हाड़ी पे पाँव मारना, पाँव पे कुल्हाड़ा मारना, डेंटिस्ट बंजी जंपिंग कर रहे हैं प्राइसिंग के मामले में. फॉरवर्ड देम. जो भी बोलता ना मेरा बाजू वाला डेंटिस्ट कम चार्ज कर रहा है, आपके उसका व्हाट्सएप नंबर है, इसको बाहर के बोर्ड पे होगा, उसको फॉरवर्ड करो मेरा वीडियो, जीपीएम एनपीएम. डू दैट. डू देम अ फेवर. मेक देम अंडरस्टैंड कि जो कर रहे हैं उनके लिए वो अपना गड्ढा खुद खोद रहे हैं. सो अंडरस्टैंड दैट यू हैव टू क्रिएट अवेयरनेस, एंड इट इज नॉट सिर्फ आपने पेशेंट का भला करना, आपके कलीग का भी भला करो, बिकॉज डेंटिस्ट ही डेंटिस्ट का सबसे बड़ा सगा है. द डे यू रियलाइज इट, you will stop doing these things for, you can say, for yourself, and be standing and available for your own community. So I hope that answers your query. Query number 206 from Panji, Goa. How can I make my money grow? What are the different ways? Debt, hybrid, equity, hedge, and HESBA. These are the ways to grow money. But after you have your 5 bases covered, your term insurance, your medical insurance, your disability insurance, your professional indemnity insurance, and your emergency fund. 5 bases, 5 basics. Good enough. Sorted for life. Nothing flashy, nothing fancy needed. कोई बॉन्ड नहीं चाहिए, कोई क्रिप्टो नहीं चाहिए, कुछ नहीं चाहिए. These are good enough to sort you up. इससे सिंपल और क्या मैं आपको बना के दे सकता हूँ. That is the way I can say. So I would like to know more about mutual funds. Although I'm already investing in mutual funds through a third party, I lack thorough knowledge of the same. Learn it. Invest in something. The best investment is to do is on yourself. Learn these things. I want to start investment for my 2 kids, 2 sons, 10 years and 4 years. What can be the best investment options for their higher education? Debt and equity. That's it. They are not eligible for NPS or hybrid. You can buy gold for them. Usually बोलते ना आजकल सन्स और डॉटर में तो गोल्ड सबको चाहिए होता है, बट यू कैन बाय अ गोल्ड फॉर देम एट अ सेपरेट एज एंड स्टेज. बट राइट नाउ डेट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ पीपीएफ, सुकन्या तो होगा नहीं उन पे क्योंकि वो लड़के हैं. तो डेट एंड म्यूचुअल फंड्स आर द बेस्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट्स. दिल थैंक यू फॉर देयर लाइफ अगर आप उनके लिए 2 इन्वेस्टमेंट स्टार्ट कर देंगे. स्पेशली 4 साल वाला तो बहुत ही थैंकफुल होगा आपके लिए. सो what is the minimum amount I need to invest to have a decent sum of amount, especially for my elder son who is 10 years old? See, the first major amount you will need at the time is of about 18 years when the kid goes in for higher education. अब वो आपको एजुकेशन कौन सी स्ट्रीम लेगा, इंडिया में पढ़ेगा अब्रॉड पढ़ेगा, उस पर डिपेंड करेगा. बट इन टुडेज टाइम्स हम लोग बोल के चलते हैं कि अगर किसी ने डॉक्टर भी बनना है तो आज के डेट में यू कैन से आज की डेट में the fees is close to, even in a good college is close to 10 lakhs per year for MBBS. इससे ज्यादा वाले हैं, कम वाले बहुत कम है. गवर्नमेंट सीट वालों में मिल जाएगी, बट sometimes the college is not good enough. So it is your choice. So I would say अगर हायर एजुकेशन के लिए जाना तो 30 to 50 lakhs is a decent sum for higher education for one kid you need to have in hand. I'm not trying to dishearten you or disappoint you, but this is the way things work, and these are as on today. Your son is 10 years old. In 8 years time, how much inflation eats up into it, how much these costs go higher, you need to understand that you have to start now, or you have to dip into your own savings to give them good education. So I hope you get the answer what I'm trying to gain at. And of course, you can watch other videos where I have answered similar kind of pain points. But yes, sometimes you can say the cover up or the you can say कई बारी double up हो जाते हैं ना pain points, तो फिर कई बारी कई things are missed out when I am in flow. So it's not that, but I've tried to, you can say, address all the things which are possible. So I hope you get your answer. So 207 from Kurnool, Andhra Pradesh, sir, how to deal with government employees who were not satisfied with the treatment previously using free government health schemes in some other clinic, and they keep asking for discount. Like they will tell you we have free health schemes there and we came to you all leaving all that. So you try to reduce the amount. I don't have permission for health schemes in my clinic. I will try to do the best possible treatment for the patient, but if try to give discounts, then it will be a loss for me. Please tell me how to proceed further in such situations. Please don't fold your hands. Again, staff ने ये भी copy कर दिया पूरा आपने जो hand fold किया हुआ. Anyways, so the simple thing is you can say it, of course, politely to your target audience कि सर सस्ता रोए बार बार, महंगा रोए एक बार. That is the only thing. So he said if those things were satisfactory for you, if you got what you deserved, then you would have been very happy and satisfied. So I'm not say criticizing those things that उन्होंने आप में घटिया मटेरियल यूज किया, but if you want good things to be used, they come at a price. If you want similar kind of treatment outcome, then I can also do in that. If you don't want me to make any compromise, if you don't want me to make any compromise in the treatment outcome, then please don't ask for discounts. We want to deliver quality. We want to deliver you satisfaction, because you could not get that at a previous clinic using the previous kind of skills and materials. So please don't think that I'm criticizing them, but अगर आपको satisfaction उससे नहीं मिला, we'll try to give you through that better approach. But please don't ask us to make a compromise, क्योंकि जेब से कोई नहीं डालेगा. अगर हमारे को भी compromise करना है, तो then we will not be able to give you same results. So if you want us to deliver us the best, please don't ask us to reduce our charges. Simply say it. They'll make their mind whether they want to. Because जो दुखी होता है ना, एक जगह से तंग होके आता है, वो पहले आके ना, वो पहले आपके बारे में सर्च करके आता है कि हाँ ये बंदा काम अच्छा करता है. So being an Indian, they'll try their luck. So they will try their luck. उनको पता है एक बारी फंस चुके हैं सस्ता करवा के, अब अच्छा करवाना. So they try their luck, and sometimes we fall into that prey. So you have to shun the insecurity of losing that patient. Once you shun that insecurity, you need to remember कि वो कहीं ना कहीं से आपके पास validation point लेके आए हैं, आपका validation point already set है that you work well. तो charge, this is your brand building. Charge for your brand. Don't stoop to worldly pressures. ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या होगा, लूज कर जाओगे ना. कम में काम करने से अच्छा, लॉस में काम करने से अच्छा, 0-0 पे काम करने से अच्छा, 0-0 मींस ब्रेक इवन. सो अच्छा मत करो. रिड्यूस करके अगर लॉस हो रहा तो मत करो ना. कौन बोल रहा है? लॉस में काम करके टाइम एनर्जी एफर्ट स्पेंड, स्टिल द रिजल्ट इज लॉस. आई एम सॉरी, आई वोंट डू इट. मैं फ्री रहना पसंद करूंगा उससे अच्छा. दैट इज अगेन योर चॉइस. आई होप दैट आंसर्स योर क्वेरी. 208 last 5-6 queries. Query from Karjat, Maharashtra. How to invest the income, convincing patients for the right investment, right treatment. Investing the income is of course dependent upon what you are, you can say, earning, and the various heads are debt, equity, hybrid, hedge, and HESBA, which I believe are the ways to go for anyone. Having covered all the 5 bases as well of term insurance, disability insurance, professional indemnity insurance, medical insurance, and emergency fund. So 5 base covered and 5 basic covered. You don't need anything else. Convincing patient for the right treatment is by educating them. Sell them sell them benefits, not the features. The patients should understand that you are able to solve their problem. They should understand what you are offering is why WIIFM approach. What is in it for me? So if the patients can make out that the WIFM approach is there, then for sure they will be able to make those things count and agree for the treatment. Then the important thing is that while selling, you need to make sure that why buy this, why buy from me, and why buy now are equally important. I hope that answers your query. So query from Mumbai, Maharashtra 209. In spite of earning well around 1 lakh per month, there never seems to be enough money left for savings. I don't even have high expenses like hoteling or expensive materials. I buy budget clothes on sale. My assistants own more expensive phone than me. I want to upgrade my practice by buying better equipment, but never have enough cash for the same. I don't want to take loans for them as an already on a home loan. How do I save for the same? As any money earmarked for it get spent or something more pressing later? So the first thing is 1 lakh per month in today's time is not a good earning. Sorry to disappoint you, don't want to dishearten you, but it is not a good earning. So I'm glad that you have kept your lifestyle frugal. So and having a flashy phone is not a status symbol. Having too many loans and living a spendthrift life is not a good thing. Home loan is a good loan, so I don't you can say detest you that you have done that. We need to understand that. But if you don't have enough cash for the same, you need to increase your avenues or sources of income. Of course, if you're relying only on your clinic, then you need to understand that your clinic may not be having good visibility, good conversion skills, good execution, but any of the things may be lacking. I'm not saying it may be lacking. So work on the factor which is not giving you good results. How much is your conversion ratio? Work out on that. How much is your actual ratio where you do a satisfactory outcome or have a good feedback from the patients, and how was the results that they liked with the treatment? Have a Google review, have a feedback from them, have a constructive criticism being put into it, that yes, if you're lacking in certain things, what is the one thing that will differentiate you from them? So of course, once you do that, you have a good pipeline of patients which you can focus on. Again, do a good conversion part and then do the good execution, then the money will be freely flowing in. Because if you are from Mumbai, Maharashtra, proper Mumbai, 1 lakh per month is not a handsome amount. So I hope I have answered your query. Query number 210 from Ahmednagar, Maharashtra: conveying my treatment charges to patient and justifying the same. So the thing is, you convey it openly. We are fearful of giving the correct budget and expect that the patient should not mind it and should accept it happily. They will do that, but only if you convey it in a decent or a reasonable manner. Once you do that, that is the only way, because it is anyways important and prudent to convey the things before the start. Because if you don't, then you know that who is at fault. So if you understand that who is at fault, then for sure you need to make sure that these things are realized in a way where you make them understand about the importance and intricacies of these treatments. I hope I answer your query. So query number 211 from Mumbai, Maharashtra: I'm not able to do financial goal-based investments. I'm investing in stock market and mutual fund, but not goal-based. See, I don't know your age, but for any dentist who is 27, 28 years of age, what are his goals? The immediate goals may be opening up the clinic, getting married. Once you have achieved these two goals, the next goal is bringing a child into the family. Today, even in a metro or a non-metro, bringing a child into the family is an heavy expense. And of course, it may, along with that, you may need to upgrade. Once you've done that, the next goal is to send your kid to the big school. In cities like Mumbai, this is also a heavy expense. And after that, if your family, you can say if your income allows, bringing a second child into the family. Most of the people finish at one child only. So bringing a second child into the family, then again following the same, then their higher education, then their marriage, then your own retired life. all these goals go parallelly. Along with that, there are multiple upgrades in the clinic at various stages. So you need money at various goal phases of your life. I just gave you an example of how the goals can be done. Goal setting is in itself a very huge topic. I have a video on that on YouTube. Go search goal, just type goal on my channel, and you will find at least 2 to 3 videos on that. And do watch them. It will help you to better refine your investment strategies and link that to your goals. So I hope that answers your query. So query number 212. So this guy posted number 1 to 6. When I was going through my presentation, I asked my staff member, what is this 1 to 6? They said, I mean, जो शुरू में आपने 8 प्रॉब्लम डाली थी ना, inverse relationship with money, the faster we earn, faster it goes away, how to manage the clinic money, how to manage our personal money, taxation नहीं आती, investment नहीं आती, wide income क्यों pay more taxes करना है. तो अगले बंदे ने अपना काम आसान कर दिया. 212 query from Kagawad, Belgaum, Karnataka. Number 1 to 6 is my pain point. See how lazy we are as individuals. हमारे को अपनी प्रॉब्लम लिखने में भी कष्ट लगता है. So this is how we are growing as a generation. Imagine where we are heading to. So of course, if you have deficiency in all these, learn finance properly. In a few couple of slides, you'll get an invitation from me to join my finance workshop. If you're watching this video, please come on board. If you are watching this video after 6 months, in April or May, 5 months, then probably join the August batch. That is the best advice I can give you, because I can't teach all these 6 things in a few words, in a few minutes on this clinic. If you are deficient in all these, you need to learn all these. Make that as a learning goal. If you can't learn all these, delegate them. But even after delegation, you will need to track them. वो चीज तो आपको करनी है ना, मैं तो नहीं सिखा सकता. तो अगर आपका सीए सही कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है, then people come to me. मैंने किया था डेलीगेट, लेकिन सीए गलत कर रहा है. मेरे को लग रहा है वो गलत कर रहा है. वो लग रहा है गलत कर रहा नहीं है, वो एक्चुअल में नॉलेज होनी चाहिए. तो नॉलेज के लिए आपको सीखना तो फिर भी पड़ेगा. सो इन ईदर केसेस यू वांट टू डू इट योरसेल्फ, यू वांट टू डेलीगेट इट, यू विल स्टिल नीड टू लर्न. नहीं आएगा तो फ्री चैनल है मेरे, यूट्यूब पे है, इंस्टाग्राम पे है, फेसबुक पे है, व्हाट्सएप पे है. सीखो, कुछ तो सीखो. अगर इतने साल बाद भी आपको ये सारी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं इन माय व्हाट्सएप कम्युनिटी, then you know who to blame. So I hope that answers your query. So query number 213 from Jamshedpur, Jharkhand, systemizing things. I think I'm not really sure what do you mean to ask by this. Systemizing things mean putting things into perspective, or putting things like a well-oiled machine where the clinic runs before you. So the system, strategy, and teams need to be the key for all these things. You need to have systems in your practice for everything, SOPs for everything. So once you have SOPs for everything in your practice, be it practice or be it finances, you can expect that things are working in the right direction. But that is the best I can answer from these 2 words posted by you in the pain point. So query number 214 from Penn, Maharashtra. My practice has been stagnant nowadays. Started investment lately as I was not aware, as well as not interested in finance previously. Thanks to Bhavdeep sir. Thank you so much. Please don't fold hands. Since I've started following you last 4-5 years, I am on track now. I'm really glad. So if your practice is stagnant, think of active marketing. Think of this as my next advice to you. Active marketing pre-COVID, post-COVID era is different. So respect that, understand that, and be very, very, you can say, diligently doing active marketing. So if you are investing properly, I'm glad that your finance is on track now. So I hope your query is answered. Okay, on re-audit, this was the most heartening thing. We had nil query pending. We had 3 queries pending in the practice. As I told you, if you stay till the end, some of you have been kind enough to stay till the end. We have nil query pending on re-audit. All the queries have been answered. But additional to that, there have been 2 queries which were received on WhatsApp some time back. Number 1 was from Palakkad, Kerala, which I'll be answering. Another one, you can say on that. So of course, these are on WhatsApp, but I again hid the identity. So I'm Dr. ABC from Palakkad, Kerala. Have been practicing for 25 years. Wanted to know how taxes are calculated for dentists. Had attended your online class, but have some doubts. If I do a gross business of 50 lakh a year, we end up saving only 25 to 30, but cashless less than 8 lakhs. Is it okay to pay tax for 8 or 10? 8 or 10? I prefer diluting the rest in the real estate or construction on that land. Till now, no problem. Is it okay? Now the digital payments have increased. Any way to save other than LIC or mutual funds? Does a new clinic building help you reduce cost? Let me go back. So the simple thing is, you are a 25-year-old practitioner like me, or I am 24 years old today in my clinical scenario. So you know that you need to distinguish between the white and the black money. So you need to have that knowledge by now, if how taxes are calculated. So I did that. Our Palad idea session I took was recorded, and next video that is going to come up on Tuesday or Wednesday, the coming new year, that will be on your idea Palakkad branch video only. So I've answered a few queries in there, but still, if those might have been unanswered, so I'm addressing it. So if you're having a 50 lakh of gross, you end up saving 25 to 30. That's perfectly normal. You are having expenses of 40 to 55%. That is perfectly normal. Cashless is less than 8 lakhs. So if you want to, you can say, have an expense of 25 lakhs, and you want to have income tax on 8 lakhs, does that mean you're paying your bills also in cash? If you're doing that, you can say, do digital income is 8 lakhs, you want to pay tax on 8 lakhs. It's wrong, because diluting that in real estate may be good, on construction may be good, but not every property will give you return. You may be lucky most of the times, but many times you won't be that much, you can say. So yes, India is going digital. Digital payments will increase probably anytime next year. If you pose the same problem, your income, if it is 50 lakh, your digital must not be 8 lakhs, it would be 18 lakhs minimum. So then you'll have a problem adjusting that money. So there are a host of investments that you can do, but it is better to have a good capital account which can show your net worth to your CA, to your, you can say, individuals, for any problems, for any visa requirements as well. कल को आपका बाहर जाने का वीजा नहीं लगेगा अगर आपके पास कैपिटल अकाउंट ना हुआ तो. That is one of the basic requirements. After earning so much, after so many years of practice, you would want one day to go abroad for vacation. कई बार अच्छे कंट्रीज का विजिटर वीजा नहीं लगता अगर आपकी आईटी की वर्थ या आपकी नेट वर्थ is not good enough on paper. You may be rich man having properties, having good bank, having good cash balance, if not bank balance, but आपका bank balance is what defines your net worth. So please think on those grounds, and I hope I have answered your query. So the last query for today, received on WhatsApp. Query from 216 from Kalyan, Mumbai, Maharashtra. Hello, sir. As I mentioned in my pain points about bad loans taken by my husband, I want to get rid of one of them. As it is on our residential property, I can't sell and get rid of it. So I have to take over that loan. I want to know what is the best possible way to reduce the interest burden on me. Outstanding loan amount is 40 lakhs. So the number one way is that you can prepay that loan, increase your loan EMI by about 10 to 15% if your loan allows your foreclosure. If a pre-closure or a foreclosure is allowed, then only that is there. Usually housing loans, most of the housing loans have a pre-closure concept after 10 to 15 years. Some have after 10, some 12, some 15. So I'm not sure how much old is your loan, but if it is more than 10 years and has a foreclosure clause already in it, then you can pre-close it by paying a higher amount. I suppose that if you want to pay that beforehand, you want to get rid of it, you must be having a decent income, or decent or more than decent income. So you have that you will not unnecessarily burden yourself and still pay back your loan handsomely. So that is the one of the ways to pay back. Number two is, if you have a corpus built up and your foreclosure allows you to pay lump sum after that much amount of period years, maybe sometimes they will charge a penalty of 1%, 0.5%. Again, depends upon your clause or paperwork. If you can pay back via lump sum, if your clause allows it, please go ahead and get rid of it. But remember, don't dip from your retirement savings to get rid of that home loan, because home loan is not a bad loan. It has a very low percentage of interest and goes on for so many years, but it actually does not eat up into your practice profits or your own life. But dipping into your retirement savings just to get rid of that loan would be a wrong approach. So first approach would be better for you, whereby you increase your EMI percentage a little bit, and you can say, you can, just by increasing the EMI by 10 to 15%, you can easily shorten that loan of 25 to 17, 18 years. This way you can say easily complete and finish it fast. So the first option would be better rather than lump sum. But yes, if you have money to spare through your parents or through through the help of your relatives or whichever way, you can say your own parents, not the in-laws or in-laws. If you have that support, you want to pay that lump sum, and if your clause allows it without much of a major penalty, please go for that. So that is the way. I hope that answers your query. So guys, this is the best we could do. Of course, this is a very, you can say, famous book, but this is the best I could do by, you can say, answering all your pain points of the past 6 months. I'm glad that God has been kind on me. that ठीक है मैं 90 day content में से कुछ pieces नहीं post कर पाया speak, but yes, I don't mind that. I already have that ready. सिर्फ थोड़ा सा edit करना है और I'll be posting that in this week. But this is one thing which I did not want to carry forward, and I hope I have stuck to my time also. 2-2.5 घंटे बोला था मैंने, उसमें से 15-20 मिनट तो हमारे रीकैप में लगे. सो टेक्निकली वी हैव स्टक टू द टाइम दैट वी वांटेड. सुबह लंबा हो गया था बिकॉज प्रैक्टिस मैनेजमेंट के 15-20 पॉइंट पीछे चल रहे थे ऑलरेडी. सो thank you so much for your patient hearing, especially those who are watching on Facebook and on WhatsApp. People like Divya, Bhavna, Gajananji. These guys have been watching all the sessions diligently. They have not missed almost any of the sessions. So thank you so much, guys. Even Bindu for that matter. So thank you so much, guys. So this is, you can say, the workshop that is coming up. If you want to, the registration for this has already closed. If you want to come on board, today is the last day to do so, because tomorrow we are starting with the orientation session, and the pre-workshop, pre-recorded video start from Tuesday onwards, and the live session in module 1 is 6 to 7 Jan. Module 2 is 2 weeks later, 20 to 21 Jan. So if you want, you can come on board, but if not, keep on learning from me in the organic way, whichever way you do. Because the next workshop that happens of a similar kind, that will happen in minimum in August, not after, you can say, 6 months, more than 8 months, because 2024 we are going to have two budgets: interim budget on 1st Feb and a full budget after the new government is elected in May 24. रिजल्ट कब आते हैं? जून में आते हैं. जुलाई में जाके यूजली बजट पेश होता है. तो यूजली आई विल डू आफ्टर द बजट. So that is the initial plan, but let's see how things go. But as of now, this is the scenario. So what is your homework for today? I know it is a new year night, but yes, develop this spirit of giving back to the society. Post your top 3 to 5 takeaways. It's a lot of hard work has gone in answering these things, and I would want you to post them for your colleagues who may or may not be attending it. So do it right away the session, because then the new year festivities will take over. Cement your learnings, because writing is the best form of learning. I'm sure there will be ample learnings from you. This is the social media. You can post these feedbacks on social media as well. You can tag me also. I don't mind that. So YouTube channel also by my name, DR Bhavdeep. The videos will be there. In this year, the focus will be more on YouTube and Instagram and less on Facebook and WhatsApp in that sense. So this is the thing I want you to learn. And of course, my Facebook community by this name, the content will be there, but the segregated content that we have been posting each day will give away after the ones which are left for this week are posted. You will still keep on getting content, but in a different manner. So the blogs will surely go away, because the blogs didn't find any much of takers. It takes a lot to write a blog. So again, those of you who are watching on Facebook are in my Facebook community, but not in WhatsApp community. This is the community that we are running. Please feel free to message me. We'll add you over there. So do send me your feedback. I do expect it after 11 sessions each. 22 सेशन लिए बॉस, और 1-1 घंटे 2-2 घंटे के मिला के कम से कम 15 घंटे आपको दिए. 15 + 15 30 घंटे दिए हैं आपको, which is not a small task. So bookers and brickbats both will be welcome in equal measure. Do post in the WhatsApp community whatever you want to. So question time. If any questions are there in the chat box, I'll take up that first. There are nothing on Facebook groups. And thank you for your patient hearing. And I stop my share for questions. Okay. So Dr. Sarika says thank you. Okay. So any queries, please feel free to switch on your camera, unmute yourself, and feel free to ask. If it has been too overwhelming, it has been too much for you, I can understand. 3 घंटे सुबह 3 घंटे शाम, it's not easy. 6 घंटे on a Sunday, but then मैं भी सुबह से ऐसे ही घूम रहा हूँ since early morning. So you can say even did not have my lunch also today. So had my breakfast also very late, but never mind. The mission was to complete this thing, and I'm glad that I've been able to finish it. So feel free to ask anything. If not, we'll wind up for the day, and I leave you to celebrate New Year with your family. Any queries? Any queries? Please feel free to answer. Okay. So there are not any queries. So thank you so much, guys. Bye bye. Take care. Have a fun-filled New Year night and a great 2024. Thank you, Dr. Bhavna. Thank you, Dr. Divya. So really appreciate you attending all the sessions. So thank you so much. Bye bye and take care.